Alright guys, welcome back for another edition of Nighttime. Joining us tonight down the end, we don't have our old boy Gary.
Hi.
Actually, you sound the same, but he's running late. The old fella, he's still starting the Claxton up. So Adam's in his seat tonight. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
That's an old car.
This is the this is the grand final, and
Whatever.
it will be.
Hey, Knights are still in the women's.
I'm talking about the men.
I'm got to get something. No, sure down that end. Sorry. Beautiful crazy lady, how are you?
Great. And I just want to wish our very valuable editor, Adam, a huge happy birthday. I hope you had an amazing day and night and got spoilt by your nearest and dearest. We appreciate you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Adam. Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Blow some candles out. Your name's Candle.
Yeah.
And so congratulations, you finally reached the wonder years. Wonder where your car is parked, wonder where you left your phone, wonder where your glasses are, wonder what day it is. That was delayed.
No, I actually thought that was pretty good. I've never heard it before.
The wonder years.
It was a good TV show back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, Winnie Cooper?
Oh, Winnie. Did you have a crush on Winnie?
No, it was one of the main actors.
Winnie.
And what was his
you
name?
forgot Kevin.
Kevin Arnold.
Kevin was the
and,
main actor.
and what's his brother's name?
No.
You're telling the story.
Don't look at me. I'm too young for that stuff.
He can't get past Winnie.
No.
Would you get up and walk out on me?
Can you get a Winnie costume?
No.
Do you want me to dress up as Winnie?
Kevin. No. That was his.
You might want to
We'll
stop.
have to go back and do our homework again on this one.
But that was a good show back in the day. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So
You might want to stop while you're ahead.
and Pugsley,
Good evening, crew. How's everyone?
good mate, good, not too bad, but
Very good.
Yeah, some good footy.
There was.
Some not so good footy in other areas, and some shit that pisses me off. But
Bit of steam.
we'll get into that later. But time for the NRL news.
Jaden Sewer has been awarded the Dragons medal as their best player in 2024.
Well deserved.
Keanu Kinney has been awarded the Paul Broughton medal as the Titans' best player in the 2024 season.
Yeah, pretty can't go past those two actually.
Jazz Tavanga has reportedly signed a one-year deal with Manly for the 2025 season.
He's one of them players I can't. Well, it's happened, but I can't see him outside of a Warriors jersey. I just can't picture him.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully,
Come across the ditch for 1 year.
maybe that's all he could get somewhere. So he's trying to, fight another contract. So
On his way to the Roosters, maybe?
yeah. Well, might as well. They want everyone else. So they want Ponga. They want someone else, and
Apparently. Aidan Caesar has signed a 2-year deal with Hull FC in the Super League. I've got the utmost respect for Cardi. He coached me at the Titans, and I always really enjoyed working under him, he said.
Ooh,
Wow.
didn't see that coming.
Must have knew he was on the way out.
Well, when you got Luai and Co coming in, but Hull FC, that's where
Was it Jesse?
Jesse Sears played. Yeah.
What's the young bloke that also played for the Knights?
Jed Cartwright.
No, there's another one.
Jeez, hasn't he been slammed?
The fullback.
Oh, yes.
The fullback, the young bloke.
Tex Hoy?
Tex Hoy.
Yeah, a little bit of that. But, yeah, they're interesting. They've got a good side. We might even see if we can get Jesse on next year, right?
Tom Eisenhuth has re-signed a 1-year extension for the 2025 season.
Hasn't lived up to as much as he's been at the Storm, but give him time. Next year could be a different story.
The Dragons have reportedly pulled Ben Hunt in for an end-of-season review and told him his last 4 games were unacceptable by the club's standard.
I think they should be pulling more than him. And I get he's probably the marquee $1 million player, but
There was a few others.
Couldn't fit everyone in the room, or
I don't know. But
the Horden Pavilion was it as well?
remember when they had 2 or 3 at their end of season awards a couple of years ago?
it'll happen again this
But do you
year.
know what?
Well,
All they need for the end of season, get Brandy back, slap him around the head a couple of times.
Yep.
Darren Lockyer does not believe Ezra Mam is the Broncos' long-term option at halfback once Adam Reynolds retires. I think Ezra is very much a player that plays what's in front of him. He is not an organising player, Darren said.
I don't reckon he'll be there anyways, Sam Walker. That's my opinion. I reckon Sam Walker will be the half going forward.
With Ezra Man.
Jock Madden's still around there too.
Yeah, he hasn't lived up to what I expected as well. They'll go fishing for a half once Reynolds is...
Tanner Boyd's on there.
True. Yeah.
I'd be mad if they don't play him anywhere else.
Ezra Man.
Yeah.
I
reckon he's a
agree with Lockyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you need that, I reckon, in your team, in front.
Yeah. But I want someone to organise the play.
Yeah.
If he wants to just rove around, I'm happy for that. But, you put him like a 13, we can just rove.
Yeah.
Like Ponga did in the Origin. Just let him rove and do what he wants. I want someone to organise the team there.
Yeah.
Great player. I'm not, saying that. But, yeah, I'm lucky. I want a 7 that could organise the team.
Yeah.
Personally. It just depends who's coaching, I suppose, too, what their coaching style and structure is.
Makes sense.
It's reported Oregon Kafusi has not activated his player option with the Sharks for the 2025 season and is a free agent and able to sign with a rival club.
Who plays leaving the Sharks?
The one that signed, I was talking about, is he the one that's looking maybe to sign with Parramatta?
Wasn't he at Parramatta before he went to the Sharks?
Tigers or Parramatta? One of them two I thought he was going to sign with.
Well, Parramatta have got a few players there considering.
Yeah.
Jaden Brayley's another.
Well, I'll cross that off my list.
I'll say that. Rewind. Next.
The Titans are reportedly unhappy with David Fifita. Des Hasler is expected to meet with him in the off-season and demand he lifts his standards.
I can't argue with that when you're on that
100%.
kind of money. I know them Cowboys fans out there are probably going to be still choking the chicken over the Tom Malalo hit, but realistically, if I'm going to pay a bloke $1 million a season for one hit.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't think he's really lived up to his expectations as well. So all these players are on these big money. It's time to stand up or...
Yeah. Get out.
It's reported the Roosters are set to re-sign James Tedesco for an extra season until the end of 2026.
Hang on a minute. Wasn't it only 2 weeks ago? We're not doing any negotiating until...
November.
Yeah. Just goes to show you don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth.
Reece Robson and Connor Watson are reportedly preferred utility for the Australian Kangaroos ahead of Ben Hunt due to his poor end to the season.
I can't, no
Connor
offence,
Watson.
but I can't argue with that.
Yeah,
To be
Connor
honest, it's Connor Watson for me.
Yeah.
Reece Robson is a good hooker, but realistically, he's
He's
not
not
a good
utility.
hooker.
He's on the utility.
Connor Watson, you could put anywhere. Oh, honestly, if Kurt Mann was fit,
Yeah.
I'd probably throw Kurt Mann over both of them.
Yeah.
Only because, Connor can play fullback, or whatever. But Kurt, you can put him anywhere from 1 to 13.
Yeah.
Now that is, is there a better utility in the game than Kurt Mann? It'd be hard push for him. That can cover every position.
Connor's up there.
Yeah,
So he hasn't got enough experience with Wishart.
yeah.
He just hasn't got, he's not big. like Connor can play lock, and I don't think Richard would be able to play lock or second. Right?
No, see, where Kurt, he's not big,
Yeah,
but he's got a heart like Farlap and can play any position. So, yeah, interesting to see fit Kurt Mann next year, what he does.
The Eels remain interested in signing Jaden Brayley and are reportedly trying to balance their books in order to sign him from 2025 onwards. Thanks, Scoop.
Thank you.
heard it here first.
Well, like, you know, Jaden's been good for us over the years. He's just not fitting in with us now. And I think he'll go good at the Eels. So good luck to him. Like, even Saifidi, I sent him a message the other day, did the right thing, and said, you know, thanks for what you've done for the club, and and he replied straight away, and he said, I appreciate everything. Like, good on him, and there's no hard feelings from a fan.
Yeah,
like it's just, well, it's not our decision anyway, but the club's moving him on.
Yeah,
and I reckon he'll go to the Dolphins and he'll kill it.
Yeah,
players do it. Josh King,
a new lease of life.
Yeah.
Despite being eliminated from the finals, Adam O'Brien sees the positives for his side moving forward. We've turned the corner a fair bit in terms of our DNA, he said.
I don't know. I just don't like, I seen the positive out of that loss that we just got bummed out of the finals. Mate, I want you to be disappointed. I want you to be, you know, really upset. And like some of the players at the end of that game, you know, like, I just can't. I don't know. Each their own. That's his coaching style. But
well, last year they made week 2 of the finals. This year they're week 1. Next year, go week 3. Maybe week 4. Who knows? Just
Where did you learn to count?
As an example.
Usually goes 2, 1, 0.
Well, I'm just saying as an example.
You're just trying to be positive.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning, brought to you by the letter K and the number 10 at Sesame Street. Watch it. They teach you how to count.
Sure.
Okay.
No.
And also the alphabet.
Stop it.
The Bulldogs are reportedly interested in signing Anari Tawala from 2025 onwards. The Knights have tabled him a 1-year contract at this stage where the Bulldogs may offer multiple years.
I don't want to lose him at the Knights, to be honest. And like every time he gets thrown in, he never lets you down.
Yeah.
I reckon if we get rid of him, so to speak, or move him on, it's going to be, we need a you know, and we're going to go, shit, who are we going to put in?
Well, that's
we're going to regret it
too. He can play centre wing.
He never lets you down.
Yeah.
Never lets you down.
That's where the Schiller guy coming.
Who?
Schiller.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't think we need to put him on.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting rid of everyone, bar Ponga and 1 or 2 others.
Yeah.
Who are we getting, other than the Canberra bloke, who are we getting, man?
And Arthur. That's it.
Yeah.
There's a dude coming. There's a dude coming from overseas. I don't know if
It was a Queensland Rugby, was it? Or
Isn't it?
There's a dude coming from New Zealand.
What's his name?
Tyrone.
No, what?
Tyrone.
No, I'm talking about the dude from overseas.
No.
What's his name's his brother, isn't it?
Tyrone.
No.
We'll get into
Thompson?
that in a little bit.
No. Daniel Saifidi has seemingly confirmed his exit from the Knights. Dane Gagai was there for my debut and there for my last game. Love forever, he wrote on Instagram.
And he's been pretty good. I'll give him credit. You know, he's been pretty good with getting tapped on the shoulder. He said he wouldn't go for any less than what he's already.
Yeah.
And you can't blame the bloke. If you're entitled to that money,
Yeah.
well, if you want me to go and uproot my family, match it.
Yeah. I think the Knights got to pay 200,000 towards his contract. So
And, you know, he's been pretty gracious and moving going. So, you
So
know,
where's he gone? Don't know yet.
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Oh.
Dolphins or Titans?
Dolphins.
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 Well, there you go.
So, and well, because they're going to lose former Storm player.
Bromwich is retired.
Bromwich is retiring, so he'll.
and Flegler won't be probably.
Flegler doesn't know because he might be is that the
And-
one that's got the medical retirement. Yeah.
And the coach is Christian Wolf next year,
Yeah.
which is our former assistant coach. So I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, I'm going to throw this under there quickly. Wouldn't be surprised. I won't say names yet in case it comes up later in the show. A former Newcastle player that plays in England, at this coming back to Australia. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him up there.
Initials.
Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. Have I stepped on some more news?
Be a lovely swan song for him.
The Sharks rallied with the NRL to have their home game played at PointsBet Stadium. However, the NRL informed them they must play at Allianz or CommBank Stadium. Why should they get a game at their home ground? Number one, it doesn't hold many. And number two,
13,000
yeah,
at the moment because they're under construction still.
like that's just dumb.
That's what happened last
But
year.
this
They
is
locked
the
them
thing. This is the thing, okay? Okay, home ground semi-final, first round. After that, they all get played in a neutral ground
Metropolitan or Metropolitan. What
at
did they say?
Allianz or whatever it's called. Every game should be played there from now on.
That's how it used to be.
That's right.
The only one that's not, isn't it, is Melbourne.
I reckon they'll go MCG. But then again, I think the
That's the
AFL
shittest ground, I reckon, to watch it in because you're so far away.
Yeah, well,
And
I agree.
SCG as well.
Yeah, the origin was I felt like I was an ant.
Yeah,
You are.
you are.
Yeah, but like an ant further up, like a green ant, not an ablassing ant, a green ant.
But yeah, I just think it should go back to how it was, where everyone has their home ground advantage, and then after that it's mutual ground.
Yeah,
Peter Vlandis admits he wants to meet with the new owner of Channel 10 to discuss the TV rights potentially moving to their channel. Naturally, we'd like to have talks with the new owners. We'll have to look at every option to maximise broadcast revenue, he said.
There's a reason why Channel 10 lost every sporting event in history, because they're shit. Let's be real. Like the car racing's not even on 10 anymore, is it?
and they've lost the Melbourne Cup for the next 5 years.
Now, what do they? Money can't, yeah, money might get you over there, but they're not going to have the viewers. They will go to KO.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Because especially if Nine has still got all these commentators contracted in. Oh, man. Volandis needs to go. I'm sorry.
Dean's favourite coach, Trent Robinson, believes his side was dudded by Ashley Klein with an incorrect forward pass call that could have led to a try. I didn't think it was didn't think it was forward. I don't think anyone thought it was forward except the ref, he said post game.
They wouldn't have still decided the game. They would not have decided the game because the game was lost before half time. Let's be real. The Panthers come out and said, bang, 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 see you later, catch us if you can. He's not mentioning that
Kiri.
should have went to the bin for a professional foul and didn't get it. So then he goes to the bin, Penrith probably score another try.
Yeah. Robinson does good for charity stuff, but as a coach on the NRL side of it, he's probably one of the worst out there, I think.
Is there
I'd take my hat off. He does a lot of charity work, but apart from that, he's
100%. I'm not.
give him a dummy.
I wouldn't take that away from him, and he's a good coach. I'll give him that as well. But when you're at a press conference and you've just been outplayed and outcoached by a different team, I'm sorry, but I think more respect of someone that goes, look, we come out, we give it our all, but well, that's what someone said. What did they say? Something about is there any better than Penrith or something? Or something?
Perfect.
Were they perfect? Oh, no one's perfect.
Well, he's not wrong.
Well, he hasn't met me, has he? But
can I just but he does not give the other opposition any credit.
No. But Cleary has, Bellamy has. I think Flanagan has.
I used to hate Bellamy, but I really listen to his press conferences, and he does.
100%. Christian Welsh even give the Knights credit once. Got it back in. So, I don't like that in a coach. And to me, and when I watch that and they're like that, I just think arrogance.
Yeah.
Bad sportsmanship.
And that's not what you want your kids growing up to look at. But anyway, that's just what,
Josh Addo-Carr's lawyer has told Channel 7 that he will be accepting the police fine and moving on. He did not take drugs and does not know how the cocaine got into his system.
Oh,
Yeah, he paid the fine.
God.
Yeah, he did.
$670-something and 3 months suspension.
Is that it?
Yep.
What Braden Trindle get?
Nothing.
That's a bit strange.
Okay, so
I don't know if he got his phone charger. Find a phone charger.
It's an expensive phone charger. But okay, so the NRL has to now step in and give him a fine. because it's not fair that Latrell got one
Yeah.
and co. I'm sorry, I like Josh Adokar, I really
Yeah.
do. But you can't be favouritism to one and not the other.
And it'd be interesting to see what Phil Gould does with him because he come out and said all about Latrell Mitchell.
Yeah, the story doesn't really add up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I give good credit, buddy. He's been front and centre. Like
He's got no choice.
he hasn't taken a step back, but like he could have sat back in the wilderness.
I think there was a little bit of. I think Gould probably knew more than he let, and you're not going to say anything. You're going to protect your boys, but I think he knew more than he let on.
Yeah.
It's probably a case of, like, say, for example, Braden come home and he was accused of doing it. If he goes, I swear I didn't do it, you're going to go, all right, I'll back you up, mate.
Yeah.
And then when he came and it was positive, all you could hear was Phil Gould. No.
Dolphins CEO Terry Reader admits the club is in a good position to offer contracts to the right players ahead of 2025. Other rumours suggest the club is refusing to give up the hope of signing Ben Hunt.
No offence, but on last year's form, would you chase him?
No.
He'll be probably wanting close to $1 million.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but okay, if I'm the Dolphins, I'd probably rather spend that money and go after Brody Croft from England.
Yeah.
And you'd probably get him cheaper. Last 2-3 years, been the Super League Player of the Year.
Yeah, man of steel.
Souths have awarded Jack Whiten the George Piggins Medal, which recognises him as their best player for the 2024 season.
Really?
Probably the only one that played the most games.
Castleford Tigers are reportedly interested in signing Dejan Arce from next season onwards. Joseph Tarpany has been announced as the Raiders captain for the 2025 season.
You can see that coming, couldn't you? The only other one they would put in there is probably haven't got much long left in his career, Papa.
Yeah, Papa Lee.
Yeah. So,
Well, his wife's not allowed to go to any games for another 9 years, or is it still?
no, she's still allowed to go to his, but that's it.
Oh.
Yeah. I never got to see that footage. It must have been pretty horrific.
Is that the one where she had a fight or something?
Yeah.
In the tunnel? Yeah.
He's got bigger balls than him.
Yeah. So
Apparently. Yeah? Did you see it?
Yeah. It's on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
In the ad break, someone's going to be looking it up.
I will just take a short break.
Sandon Smith insists he is still the best halves option alongside Luke Keary this final series. I've learned some really good lessons last week and now I have a chance to bounce back from that. Hopefully I will, he explained.
I can't argue that. He hasn't really, but when you're playing against Luai and Cleary, it's like even all the hype around Spencer Linu.
Yeah.
Why was it?
I knew there wouldn't be any
you know what I
drama
mean?
because
Like,
they're mates.
Spencer was quiet. And, it showed straight after the game. Spencer went straight up to Tuttle
Yeah.
and picked up little Tuttle and give him a kiss and cuddle. And then
Isn't he the godfather? Or
he's the godfather. And, I just thought that for the media to hype that bullshit up,
Yeah.
you're sort of trying to push a family against a family.
Yeah.
And, that bond will never be broken. Even
Yeah.
Fish, they said something to Fish the other week. But the last time he'll ever be, and he I'm not sure what he said, but it was like, you'll never break the bond of us from here. So, like that, even though they're all splitting, there'll still be a massive.
Was that Andrew Johns that asked him in the sheds?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Toto decides to be really loud, so
Yeah.
Fish didn't have to talk.
Yeah,
anymore.
they've all done something.
Oh, seriously. Have you seen Tuttle of late doing the Fisher Harris Kiwi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How funny is it? Oh. Anyway.
Queensland Reds back Taj Annan has reportedly signed with the Knights from 2025 onwards.
Anyone know anything about this fella?
Nope, I don't.
What did you get? Best and fairest or whatever they do. Their Queensland Reds award last
What's he
year.
play?
Centre, play a bit of fly half, play a bit of fullback.
A bit of
It was a bit of, from memory, if he's the same bloke, he's the one that was the shadow of Quade Cooper.
Right.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure if that's the same.
Well, let's start and explain now why we're trying to put Sean Jackson Hastings.
Yeah.
Because if we got Will Price,
Yeah.
Jack, Tyson, and now this fella,
Yeah.
we're not going to need any help.
That's right.
Yeah.
And realistically, you could throw Phoenix in that mix too, but I still think if Brayley goes, Phoenix will go back to 9.
Yeah, 9.
With Arthur spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catalan's Dragons have confirmed they will not be offering Jared Wallace a contract extension for 2025. It is reported his management may look at the potential return to the Broncos to add experience to their side.
Well, the Broncos are losing then. Corey Oates. That's it. All right then.
Both of the... Sorry, we...
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, was it Tapau? But didn't he
Yeah, made it to play.
didn't he re-sign?
I'm not sure.
Tapa'u.
Tapa'u this
Tapa'u.
week.
That's how they say it now.
And then next week it'll be something else.
Both of the flights from Townsville to Sydney are all sold out. The Cowboys are now calling on the NRL to cover the costs of a private chartered flight for their team to Sydney.
So they should.
Why?
Oh, shit.
Newcastle done it last week.
They got it covered for him.
Did they?
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Direct flight to.
I knew they got a direct flight, but I didn't know.
Organise your own shit.
I didn't. Oh, hello, Skippy. I
That's
didn't know
just-
that the NRL paid for it.
They jumped in on it, yeah, because they didn't want to do a layover at Brisbane or whatever, because it was too much travel. So they wanted to go bang, 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 bang.
I knew that they did,
Yeah.
but I didn't know the NRL paid for it.
Yeah,
But if it happened for the Knights, well, I'm sorry, but it's got
it
to
was
That's the
some.
reason our membership goes up.
look at me like that.
Jeez.
We're going to pay for flights.
That's the
pay as
NRL,
we
not the
own.
Knights.
Yeah, but where does the money come from?
We're going to pay Ponga somehow.
True. I'm not saying
I
anything.
rest my case.
We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Stress levels is going to stay. The NRL Integrity Unit has told Josh Addo-Carr he must front up and explain why he failed a roadside test for cocaine. But how do you explain that when you don't know how it got in your system in the first place?
It was Omo.
Yeah.
And maybe he was in the vicinity of someone sneezed with cocaine and he snorted it in.
Maybe he ate someone that someone laced with cocaine.
He ate somebody. Was he a cannibal?
Ate something that
Oh,
somebody
something.
prepared.
It could have. They thought it was icing sugar.
Yeah.
Something in the kebab that he
Yeah.
had
Tabbouleh.
to bully.
Brad Arthur admits it's unlikely he signs his former prop Regan Campbell-Gillard to the Leeds Rhinos from 2025. I think he has himself sorted, to be honest, Brad admits.
Well, where?
Sydney club. That's all we know.
Yeah, but we had Brisbane last week. This one.
Brisbane. Right.
Oh, just get it out in the
There was
open. Who
about
cares?
4 or 5 different ones,
well,
and Penrith included. We don't want him.
Both Broncos and St George have obviously pulled out of the race because
He'd
yeah.
be all right at Penrith.
We got rid of him. We don't want our own players back.
Yeah, but just for a year or two until you replace Fush. I could see worse, put it that way.
Yeah.
The Knights have reportedly granted Thomas Jenkins an early release from his contract. His next career move is unknown.
Biggest mistake he ever did was leave Penrith. I feel if he stayed at Penrith, he probably would have been in first grade this year.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't there, those young twins got the jump,
Yeah.
Oh, they've been
The
awesome.
McLeans.
McLean's. But if Thomas was there, he would have been in line before then. So now he's come to Newcastle. Like, you know, he's a great guy. And
Yeah.
I hope he gets a stint somewhere. But
Didn't the McLeans,
They're showing.
wasn't it because of Taylor and May?
Yeah.
yeah,
It was part of it. Yeah.
I said, you know, he would have been in the Penrith system this year for sure. Unfortunately, I think it was a bad move for him. Paul Baker.
The Kiwis have released their jersey for the upcoming Pacific Championship tournament. And I liked it until Dean pointed out that it's got a collar.
Oh, shattered. Oh,
collar.
Yeah.
That's something to do with the old heritage one. I was absolutely shattered. I was like, we're going. And I'm supporting the Kiwis. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Till
Yeah,
my-
my son's like, but you're Australian. And Dean goes, I don't care. Someone just got shot.
Anyway, but two of my favourite players are Kiwis and they're playing in the Kiwi squad.
Yeah.
One's missing the first game. But anyway,
Yeah, well,
we'll get to that later.
I need another beer before we talk about that. But hey, and I'm buying a Kiwis jersey, but it won't be this year's. No.
So you don't like collar?
No. Do you?
He likes being pulled on the collar and wearing a collar.
I wouldn't care. It's only a collar.
What about the lead? Would you have the lead on the
Oh,
collar?
not
or-
that shit. No.
Hang on. Do you wear a lead when you wear the collar?
We're not even discussing this crap. I'm talking footy here, not that shit.
That's for a different show. But yeah, no, I don't like collars. Hey, to be honest, that's old
Yeah.
school. If you wear a collar, it's a dress shirt, not a footy jersey.
Yeah.
It's my opinion. So I'm on the lookout for last year's jersey.
Yep.
I love that. I thought it was great with the tribal on the sleeves too. But it's hard to find one in my size. And I just want to get in a little player number 833.
Yeah.
Leo Thompson.
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Or
It's
fizz.
Leo Thompson, bro. So yeah, I'll be there supporting the front
He's
row.
going to have his in the back of his name too, Smith hyphenated Thompson.
Yeah.
No, that's just too far.
Well, my
How to
mate,
be Fish Thompson on the back.
but my maiden name's Thomas. You could have just taken that on.
Tom.
Close enough.
Let's have Tom. We'll be there with me flag too.
At Combank Stadium.
You wave that like you know what you're doing with
Here
that.
we go.
I'll
It's
be there.
loose in the wrist.
I'll be support the Kiwis. I'll have an accent for the day, bro.
Jason.
The Raiders have awarded Joseph Tarpany the Malmaninga Medal for the third consecutive season, which recognises their best player for the year.
He's another good Kiwi.
And ready for some steam?
Can I have a beer? Quick.
Stress levels are about to go up. Leo Thompson has submitted an early guilty plea to his grade 2 careless tie tackle and has been suspended for one game.
It's a load of absolute horse. Oh, because how can he get 1 week for that, right? Jason Tolomalolo gets nothing, not even a penalty for that, with the shoulder actually come in contact with the head.
Yeah. I think it went off the first
Lucy.
point of contact with Tamalolo's was ball, shoulder, head.
Yeah.
Leo's was a
Yeah.
Leo's was a,
Adam,
Leo's was a tickle across
Yeah.
the shoulder. There was nothing there. It shouldn't have even been a penalty.
Yeah.
At least in we're lucky that he gets to get that suspension for the Four Nations, not for the Knights first.
Well,
game.
no, as long as he's there for
Watch
the
what
final.
you're saying, Corey.
As long as he's there for the final,
Yeah.
well, there'll be a riot.
Well, he said he was going to sit next to you in the
don't
crowd.
stir the pot.
There will be a one-man riot. but even if that wasn't on, it's just going back to consistency of the, Kafusi gets off after being charged with a grade, whatever.
Yeah.
Leo tickles somebody on the shoulder, and then you get, I'm sorry to the Cowboy supporters there, but you get the two dogs that attack Leo from behind, get nothing.
Yeah.
1 and 2 man in and third man in. What happened there? I'm sorry, but I'd say it about any team, but that's just not on from behind.
Yeah.
So and they get nothing. The consistency. We lost. We lost their game fair and square. We threw it away. The point I'm pissed off about is the consistency of the refereeing and he gets off on that, Leo gets a week. These blokes come running in, start a little melee, get nothing.
Yeah.
The origin. Old mate comes running in, third man in, he gets how many weeks?
Liam Murray.
Yeah.
Who?
Cam.
Cam
Cam
Murray.
Murray.
Yeah,
Same.
I think it was a couple of weeks.
And then
Yeah.
Nakawara-
Cam Murray got a couple of
Nakawara
weeks,
got
Yeah.
a week or
See
two.
my point? I get
Yeah.
they were on the bench, but it's still the same thing.
Yeah.
So it should have been at least something.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell Malalo's hit, we get a penalty.
Yeah.
Could have changed the game. Could have, should have, but didn't. But anyway, I'm not going to get too wound up today. So, is that the NRL news this week?
Yeah.
I've got one more
Oh, God.
today. Dragon CEO Ryan Webb's been given the punt.
Yeah.
He's just trying to coerce bloody Solly from the South.
Who? Him?
Blake Solly from the South.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Mm.
That could have been on next week, but I just thought I'd throw that one in tonight.
No, go for
Yeah,
it.
go for gold.
Happy for you to add
It's
to news.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shorter show.
Just topping his one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it comes as a surprise, but yeah,
It's Ryan Webb too.
Ryan Webb, yeah.
Fair enough. Anyway, on that break, I'm going to have a beer after that because that really cut off my goat. So we'll take a short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. That's that time of night again. Time we go all the way up there to Queensland and see Elliot on the week that was. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, doing well. How are you guys?
Some better than others. The two at the end there, still going well.
The one down the end there, he's going great.
I've already had Mad Monday.
I'm talking about the other one down the end.
Oh, yeah. So he's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while we get into it too, the awards night, Danny Badiris medal is on tonight. And who's your pick, Adam? Sorry?
I think either Greg Marju or help me out.
Spit it out.
Help me out. The other one.
Phoenix.
Yes.
Yeah.
Phoenix Crossland.
Kylie?
I said Dane Gagai, and I'm going to stick with it.
I had Leo Thompson.
Elliot?
I reckon Kylie's riding Gags, but as a smoky Dylan Lucas, I think he's had an outstanding year, and if been asked to flip between back row and centre the whole year, he'd be my pick.
I think Gary had Phoenix. So we had a little bet here too. So whoever comes out later on tonight wins it.
And our producer?
I didn't because,
You know.
yeah,
Do you know already or?
I do.
Our producer? What did Adam have?
He had, I'm not sure. I had it up there here.
Marzu?
But,
Surely it's not Ponga.
oh, you know.
You're kidding.
It may not be. I'm not letting the cat out of the bag. Well, the show will be out after the awards, but
You won't even tell me. I tried bribing
It
him.
was Fletcher Sharp, wasn't it?
no,
It can't be Ponga.
it's Smita. Smita gets it, all right. Oh, I left it up there, stairs too. I've got Kalen Ponga's Danny Badiris medal from the year when they turned the symbol around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got that from
So
that.
instead
Yeah.
of going backwards, they decided to go forwards.
Well, you know, I've been offered good money for it too, but I don't want to sell that. You know, money can't buy that.
True that.
So, anyway, mate, we'll get into it and we'll see who's right. So the losers, Kylie gets to pick a little challenge for him. So, yeah, if she wins.
Does that mean Kylie?
If she wins, as example.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you just let the cat out of the bag?
Inside scoop.
Yeah. No.
I said as example. Or,
Said
Yeah.
Adam.
It's going to be awkward if I am right.
yeah, but you're sitting next to me, so you're the first person I've seen. Anyway, moving on. Mate, Penrith 30 over the Roosters 10. Pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good game. I was a little bit disappointed in Spencer Lineal Co. I was expecting a little bit more, but Penrith showed that they're still up there with, pushing for another one.
Yeah, and the pace they played with, particularly in that first half an hour, was awe-inspiring, to be honest with you. And I was someone that doubted them a bit going into that game. I'd probably read into they were banged up a little bit. Dylan Edwards, I don't think, has been 100% for a while. Obviously, Cleary coming back from injury, but they put all those doubts aside. I just thought they were superb. Luai's better for having played as much halfback as he had. He controlled the game at times, and it allowed Cleary, which he hasn't ever done, to take a back seat at times during the game. Their forward pack was immense. Their outside backs looked dangerous. And at the moment, and I don't want to discount sides, but it is a collision course for Penrith and Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
And if it ends up being that would be one of the great grand finals.
That would be. To be honest, from obviously I've got a soft spot for Penrith, but for not anyone's teams, it would still be a spectacle for supporters that aren't following those teams to watch.
Yeah.
It would be a class game. I just think I might get a couple of extra cartons of Little Dragon for that weekend in case something doesn't go.
I don't drink it.
No, but I might need them.
something stronger for me.
You'll drink hers,
But
yeah.
no, they were good. It was sad to see Fisher Harris and that leaving there, but I thought it was pretty sad, the whole thing. But life moves on. But
I thought it would have been a closer game. I had 6 as the margin.
yeah, well, I thought it was too. But the Roosters, it's not like they played badly. I just think Penrith didn't let them play to their ability.
I think he just got outplayed.
Especially in the first half when they completed almost 100%.
Do you think Luai took a front seat to protect Cleary as well?
It's a good question. Probably in a way. Let almost Cleary, maybe not protect him, but let him ease back into the game in a finals game, which is bloody hard to ease into. But I think the other side of it too is again the experience he's had playing 7 with Cleary out. I think you can safely say Jerome, I question whether he was built for big moments probably a year ago, and I think you can safely say he definitely is now. I think his kicking game has evolved, his choices with his passing game and knowing when to run as well. Look, I don't know if he gets the Tigers out of trouble next year, but he is a massive signing for him. I'm a massive fan. I think he's a terrific player. I thought he was one of the best players on the field.
Well, he's going to be massive for the Tigers next year.
I reckon if
him next to, I think he's going to be great for Lockie Galvin because
Yeah.
the way Galvin plays, he's probably a bit more skillful than Jerome was when he first broke into the game, but not that dissimilar in style in that they took out eyes up footy. And I think Lockie will learn a lot from Jerome and probably vice versa. I know we're looking too far in the future, but I think it's a really exciting pairing. It's probably the most exciting halves pairing to watch to start next year in any side.
Pretty good spine. Throwing Abby Coruscant and
Buller, yep.
Buller. It's pretty exciting for the Tigers fans.
Well, Penrith equalled their premiership record of 10 consecutive finals victories. So the last team to do that was the great mighty St George Dragons back in the 50s and 60s.
Settle down, mate.
It's all good. But it just goes to show how good this team is.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Melbourne round one. There's been a few times I've tipped against them in the last few years, and every time I think, what are you doing? I don't know why I doubted Penrith either. I don't know why I doubted Penrith. I had Melbourne favourites for the competition until the weekend, and I still thought Melbourne were good, but Penrith showed us why they've won the last few years.
I was asked this question today, and they said, do you think Penrith will go downhill next year?
Yes.
I don't know. I really don't think they will. Well, they won't be as competitive, maybe, but they'll still be a competitive side because of their juniors coming through.
No one can replace Fish just yet or Luai. I don't care.
No, I think the big question is Blaze Taulagi as to whether they're as good. I think it depends how well he takes to that 6 jersey. Jerome has matured a lot this year, whereas Blaze is still a kid and he's still going to be a kid next season. So I think there's some good young forwards coming through, but I think the biggest question is around Taulagi.
Interesting. But, Penrith's still a class. Roosters will bounce back this week. They'll be a better team than they were last week. But next one, mate, the Storm 37 over the Sharks 10.
It's like Penrith got 30, Storm are like, hold our beer, we'll get 7 extra points.
But
that'll be the grand final margin.
Yeah, the other way around though.
No. It'll be 37-30.
Now, you two down there. You've already had a fight before.
But it's it shows the Storm that why they're up there as well. Sharks for me still. I don't think Nico Hines should be at halves. I really honestly think Nico Hines should be back at fullback. It's just personally, I just think they play better with him not at halves.
I think this would be his last hurrah. It's just my personal opinion. I don't know anything. If they bow out in straight sets, I think it'll be his last hurrah in the 7 jersey, and I think there's a real chance that he plays fullback to start next year. And the issue there is Will Kennedy's been a pretty consistent performer for him, but we saw what Nico could do with the Storm when he played at fullback. I know he's signed on halfback money to play halfback for Cronulla, but the best thing for that team moving forward, the way Trindle's played, and knowing, seeing the emergence of Dan Atkinson, who I really rate as a 5'8". I think that could be the best thing for him moving forward. But if he shuts us all up this weekend, they break their finals drought. What is it, 7 straight losses? Then we all look silly.
Honestly, I'm with you, but I think he's. Well, you've seen what he can do with the Storm. I know it's a different structure, but is it a case of too much pressure on at the 7?
What do you think, Elliot? Do you think, either pressure, or do you think he's listening to the outside noise more than what he's ever had before?
I think it's a mixture, and I also think you're looking at a bloke where he's been open and honest in the way he's struggled off the field with his mental health. If I can speak freely, he hasn't necessarily had the best home life, and I think he's done well to be as well put together as he is. His family's never made his life easy, and I think he can't help but listen to outside noise. He's the kind of bloke that every person in the NRL cheers for. Like, there's no one out there that wants to see him do badly, but a couple of plays on the weekend, you just thought, well, his confidence is shot here.
Yeah.
But speaking of two outside noises and, had a dreadful run with family, I would really, give Payne Huss a little bit of credit here where he's had a pretty bad run too, and he's really sort of put it behind him a bit too. I know everyone thinks differently and affects him in different ways, so I'm not comparing the pair of them, but I just think he deserves a little bit of a rap because he's had a poor run too, the poor bugger. But
and if it does show, he doesn't. Well, if it does affect him, he doesn't show it.
No. So
yeah, mate. What Payne has done, I know you guys are aware, but he moved all his brothers in with him. I think it was last year or whenever it was. That's including Cleese, who plays at the Titans, and they're all under one roof with his partner and the rest of his family, and he looks after them all. He's grown up a lot. He had that awful incident a couple of years ago with the Coppers, and then a run-in with Albert Kelly. I think that was the year before last. But since then, he's grown up a lot, and those close to him say he's as mentally tough as they come, and to go through what he has with his mum and then even his dad this season too, 10 minutes prior to a game. He's better man than me. No way I could.
I wonder where his name come from. Like, did his mum give birth and go, oh, that hurt? I think I'll call him Payne.
What Payne in that Payne?
Is that when Petro Sivanasima was born at the petrol station?
Could have been.
You never know.
Another one, Elliot. Where do you think the Storm are going to play their prelim at? You reckon it'll be down at Amy Park?
Yeah, I think last I saw it was locked in Amy Park. I mean, it's a big enough stadium that, it would make sense there. And I don't think it'd be fair to them going to Sydney. So
surely they'll play Sunday Arbor or Friday night, being the AFL's grand final down there Saturday.
Yeah, I haven't seen the schedule for it, but I would think so. But yeah, for them to lose, the Melbourne advantage would take all advantage out of going to a prelim the way they have. So last I saw it was at Amy Park. I can't imagine that'll change.
If you're Bellamy, you'd be pushing for Amy Park.
Yeah.
That's your hoodoo ground.
Because AFL grand finals on the Saturday down
there. Talking about Bellamy, he's never lost a finals match while leading at halftime.
Interesting stuff. But
what was the score at halftime?
It was pretty close, wasn't it?
It was only
14-10, that's right.
14-10.
Sharks scored a try on the bell at halftime.
I was sweating then.
And I thought maybe they'd come out in the second half. And, as always they score a try right on halftime, that momentum might shift. It didn't.
Yeah. I mean, so there's still some really, I know we're down to the business end of things and there's only a few teams left, but there's still some exciting football.
Absolutely.
But moving on, mate, as sad as I don't want to talk about this one, mate, the Cowboys 28 over the Knights 16. Excuse me.
Didn't you see someone on TV?
Yes, somebody there with a microphone in their hand in the background. I was a little bit cranky at this time, and I go, there's Elliot.
Actually, you and I were fighting, so I think you were trying to be nice to me, and I'm like, piss off.
She just wanted makeup, but anyway.
She wanted makeup, is that all?
Makeup. Sorry.
Yeah,
makeup.
I know what you meant.
What you wear. What you wear.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Anyway, I was a bit cranky at this stage. Well, one, for Leo getting sent off, and two, there was our season gone. But, mate, I honestly thought we threw it away. We had our chances to win it. Not blaming any player because I thought it was a team performance where we lost it. Ponga tried his absolute backside out. Done some really good things, and yeah, I was shattered for. I don't know if you've seen at the end of the game the footage. See Brodie Jones' face at the end of the game.
Disappointed.
It was,
shattering.
Yeah, and that was pretty. From a personal, a friend of Broad's, that was shattering. But I was cranky. I wasn't happy that we, I honestly thought that was our best ever performance up there. I just thought too. Also, Gamble probably should have come on a little bit earlier than he did, and help KP out a little bit.
About 10 minutes to go, roughly.
Yeah, I think got about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
didn't get much last week.
That's pretty ordinary, really.
What was your take on it, mate?
I thought Newcastle tried their backsides off. I thought Carlin was the best player on the field, and it wasn't close. I think the Cowboys have more class in more positions than Newcastle do, and that's as simple as it is. And in big moments they're able to lean on Cotters and Deardens and Drinkwaters, whereas I'm not someone that agrees that Newcastle are a one-man team. I don't, but they are a team of workhorses rather than really heavy skill set guys. I thought Cogger actually played really well. Thought for the most part his kicking game probably looked boring to a lot watching it, but he kicked well. I thought he kicked to corners and made sure that the Cowboys were working it away from their own line most of the time. But yeah, in big moments, like I said, your Cotters, you did, and stood up and probably like a lot of people, when KP made that break and had about 4 supporting inside and outside him, when that ball was dropped, I thought, they're in trouble here. That's hard to come back from. But yeah, I certainly can't knock their effort. I thought they tried their guts out. I thought the forwards were really good against a great Cowboys pack. And I couldn't help but admire the way the Cowboys came back in the second half. I thought they played really good footy.
100%. Like, the Knights really played well. Like you said, but credit to the Cowboys. They were, unfortunately, the better team, realistically. They, had the troops to get them over the line. I just, honestly, nothing against the players that were there. I just thought Gamble probably should have come on that a little bit earlier to help KP out a little bit more. Maybe push Crosland up and then Brayley made it to the bench, or Crosland back to the bench. Or you could have even put Gamble on at 13, a ball playing 13. I just thought he should have got on that little bit earlier, because when he did come on, we seemed to have lifted that little bit, but hindsight's a good thing, and yeah, wasn't our year.
I've if you're going to shoot me in the footy, I've actually said if Penrith get knocked out the week before the grand final,
Watch your mouth.
no, I think we'll be playing the Cowboys in it. I think they'll do the Sharks this week.
Yeah, I think they'll do the Sharks, but
I think they're going to be. Yeah, they probably won't beat Penrith.
Nah, yeah, but honestly, they'll do the Sharks.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Kyle felt.
Yeah.
What a game. Seriously, like, if you're St. Helens, you're sitting there rubbing your fingers together, aren't you?
Fingers.
Well, hands, fingers, whatever you want to call it.
He's one of the good human beings too, Kyle. I caught up with him briefly after the game, and he was in tears leaving Queensland Country Bank Stadium for the last time. But I looked at some of his numbers after the game. He ran for almost 300 metres. I know he had that big break, but it's still a lot of metres on top of that. I really enjoyed his battle with Marju all night. I thought that was one of the highlights. And I think moving forward, I know we always look at the middle and that kind of thing. I think him versus Mulatalo this Friday is going to be one of my favourite outside back matchups of all time, because Ronaldo is a fiery customer who doesn't give an inch, and Felty at 32 is, I think, in the form of his life. So I can't wait for that.
Well, you hit the nail on the head there as well. Greg Marju.
Oh, he was outstanding.
Him and Sharp, I thought they took such a load off Newcastle forwards, particularly in the back half of the first half when there was a bit of fatigue in the game. I think Fletcher on the other side of it, we know what Marju can do. I think he's so impressive. And I'd heard the raps on him. I hadn't seen much of him in Cup, but he'll lock in that right wing position next year. He'll put on a little bit of size over the off season, but raw speed, raw talent, the abilities to make defenders miss. I think he's one of the most exciting projects in the NRL. I really do.
Do you see the Cowboys? They never kick to Fletcher Sharp. They always kick to Marju.
Yeah, well, I suppose then it takes Greg out of those big, able to wind up after first tackles carries. Because we saw, I think it was the first carry he had. He knocked over Jason Taumalolo, which I don't think I've ever seen before. So it was probably smart play from the Cowboys, but I thought both wingers were great.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I can't really, on both sides, really, I can't even put my finger on and say, well, that play didn't play real well.
Yeah.
I think everyone in the whole, in both sides can really hold their head high, even though we lost. But I think they all played a good game, and it was a good performance. But unfortunately, it wasn't good enough for us. Leo Thompson's suspension warranted.
Yeah, I know you're not going to agree with me, but yes.
So you're off the Christmas card list.
Everyone in that stadium that knows anything about footy knew there was no intent to go and smack Caulfield in the chops. It was trying to make a statement for his team, but unfortunately his technique let him down. He went high. I was actually surprised why it wasn't a send-off. I thought with the intent that was in the tackle and the force that went with it, I thought he might have been sent off. On the other side of things, I will say if he'd stayed down with that contact from Taumalolo would have been in the bin for the Cowboys. But because Leo's such a tough bugger, and I'm sure it was a battle of two alphas, it was the quickest play of the ball we've probably seen all year, even though it was flush contact to the head.
Oh,
It's not a milk.
that was my issue. I didn't have an issue with him being sent off. I had an issue with him being sent off and nothing happened with Tal Malala. I know, like you said, he was jumped straight up, which...
But live too, watching that live, it looked like a good shot. And I was
100%.
sitting pretty much directly in line with it. So it wouldn't have been until the bunk had a chance to see the replay that something would have happened. And I'm pretty sure that if they saw a replay, Taumalolo would have been in the bin. At the very least, it's a penalty Newcastle. But a blessing and a curse being tough sometimes is that I don't think many people will get straight up from that, but Leo Thompson's one of them that does.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, those two Cowboys had some balls about going at him from behind. When Leo turned around, you'd go, it's all right, mate, you can do it. But anyway, moving on, mate. The Bulldogs 22 threw it away to the Seagulls 24. I thought they had this one in the bag, to be honest. One of them tries towards the end, the winger got through about 4 or 5 tackles and it was like, under sixes.
That car had it in the bag.
I think it was at Taleo that scored the last try with one shoe on, one shoe off.
Yeah.
Yeah. To shoe in that one. But yeah, Doggies, they'll be good next year for sure.
Yeah, I thought they were the better team for probably 70 minutes of that game, but there's probably a couple of moments that it's funny that scrum play where even watching the replay now, I got no idea how they got the ball to DCE. That scrum play, Luke Brooks was saying on Triple M coverage after the game, they tried it in training 4 times and he stuffed it up every time. So they were laughing about the fact that it actually came off. And the other thing they were speaking about, and it's bang on, is that out of 34 players that played in that game and the 50-plus thousand in the crowd, the calmest person in that building was Daly Terry Evans. And that's what he's so good at in big moments, in big games. He is able to have his influence on them. And the way he kicked, I thought, in that second half to get him out of trouble when he had to, the role he played, I thought he was phenomenal. And that game against the Roosters this weekend, I actually think it's hard to tip. I know Rhea Hargraves is back. Radley's a chance of playing, but I'd almost lean towards tipping Manly.
Yeah, I think they'll do them too.
Yeah, well, I don't think
I'd like to see that happen.
I don't think Tommy Trbojevic is 100% fit.
He's
He's not. You're right. But I think he'll be better for the run. And the good thing for them is he walked away relatively unscathed from that game, so he's only going to be better again. But, the way that some of their outside backs stood up, I thought they were brave. But, yeah, if I'm a Doggies fan, I'm probably pretty dirty because for the most part of that game, it felt like they were in control.
Is there a better charge down kicker in the game than Viliame kicker?
Tarek Sims used to be all right.
Yeah, but he's not in the game anymore.
Yeah.
Viliame, he's just a machine. Like, he just reads that and he knows he's going to get it. He just zones it in. Imagine you're a number 7, you're Daly Cherry Evans, for example, and you're kicking a ball and you see this mountain coming at you.
Unfortunately, didn't get the bounce of the ball on this occasion, but...
Yeah, but...
My daughter's a Bulldog supporter. She's 26 soon. Anyway, she sent me a voice-to-text message, and all it was a word that rhymed with duck. She wasn't happy.
Probably summarised just the way they were feeling. They would have been so proud of their team, particularly the way they turned it around, but that game was right there.
Well,
they probably should have iced it.
Her husband's a Tigers supporter, so it could be worse.
That's a tough outside.
I think Matt Burton could have probably, if he'd had his time again, probably could have done a few things better than what.
His kicking was off.
Yeah, well, that was the last one. He wasn't even going to go for it. Then all of a sudden, bang,
There was 2 attempts at the long-range field goal. And normally he would nail that.
Yeah. It looked like there was no air in the ball.
Oh, don't start on Sua Lee. We didn't touch on that, did we?
Oh, not yet.
And Hopewade is a bit of a revelation too for Manly, isn't he?
He's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a hopper fail at NRL level yet, and I don't think we will see one. Yeah, he's probably not that dissimilar, different player, but similar story to Fletcher Sharp in that he's an out-and-out fullback, but because he's so good, they found a spot for him in that team, and he's made a fist of it on the wing.
I mean, how proud must you be being John?
15 kids,
15 kids, and, you've got
dirty finger.
a few in NRL.
A couple of $100,000 owing untold.
But you got a few in the NRLW, one overseas. Like, I know a lot of Hopper gets a lot of bad helicopter. Anyway,
I think someone got shot earlier.
yeah. Anyway, you heard it here first on nighttime news. A shooting up the road, but yeah, I mean,
Westpac rescue
good
helicopter.
on the bloke. Like, yeah, to have your kids playing in that one kid, let alone a tribe, like, good on you, mate. Like, he must be so proud.
Yeah.
So we'll get Hopper back on soon, I reckon.
Do you think they'll put Saab in there somewhere if he's fit this week?
Where do you
That's
put
a
him?
great question.
I mean,
you'd put him in for Hopewadi, but the way Saab defended, I thought the last couple of games probably let Manly down.
I'd leave
I'd be
Hopper
very
there.
tempted to leave the same side out there and just let him recover till next year.
If it's not broken, do you fix it?
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, I know Saab's got pace and but
Height.
the last but that don't mean shit to me. Like, I know people go, oh yeah, you got the height, but look at Margie on tour.
Yeah.
They manage it well. So this bloke's going to manage his shortness well.
Wait, wasn't it Saab that said he won't be able to do the foot race before the grand final?
He'll be
He's been
playing
in
it.
the grand final.
That's
Hey, he could be right. He could be right. So
he's a late inclusion for both.
I just think leave Hopper there. I mean, Hopper's done a great job, week in, week out. How do you... Well, that doesn't sound right, but I was going to say, I'll rephrase it. How do you pull the kid out of the team when he's been doing so well, really? I know it's a hard situation, but...
The only thing that they could look at is both Roosters wingers are so tall and such big aerial threats, and obviously Saab would nullify a Tupou.
Yeah.
I could understand that argument too.
Yeah, I can, but I know 100% what you're saying, agree with you, but you look at Penrith, you got little Tuttle, he manages it. You know what I mean? Like, Greg Margie's not that big, really.
No, he's
just solid.
But you're right, you got the tall timbers in
the Roosters.
I'm glad I'm not making that
Dom
decision
Young
anyway.
can't defend.
I was going to say, I think you'd leave him there, Hopewadi there, because he'd run rings around Dom Young.
Yeah.
Only fastness Dom's got over him, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the coach, so I'm not making that decision. But well, that was last week's games, mate. But I'll get a couple of tips off you. Sharks and Cowboys.
I'll go Cowboys. Sharks' record over North Queensland is actually really good. I think it's 11 of the last 13 they've beat them, but 2022 was one of the all-time finals where they played each other. It was Val Holmes in Golden Point that got it done. I just feel like there's still a bit in the tank for the Cowboys, whereas I feel like the Sharks are sputtering a bit. And I don't know that the Cowboys can beat Penrith, but I think out of the two of them, they're more likely to challenge them. I think Cronulla will get blown off the park. So I'll go North Queensland to win comfy enough.
Do you think they'll need more than 2 planes flying down from Townsville if they win?
Yeah, that's been
What are you doing up there? You getting a charter flight down there?
Mate, if you ever go to the Townsville airport, I'd like Townsville as a region. It's one of the world's shittest airports. It's dreadful, and there aren't many flights that go down that way. So I don't know how that all played out, but I'm not that surprised.
We were going to come up last weekend, weren't we? The dear wife was looking at tickets and coming up, surprised me, but yeah, it was just a little bit.
$600 to fly one day.
Quick story if you got time. My brother came up and because my partner had been quite ill, I put him and his girlfriend at a hotel, and they stayed at the Pure here, and it's the same hotel that the Knights are staying at, and we saw a few of the boys. And the day of the game, I went over to the hotel, and my brother and I just sitting by the pool. We were having a ginger beer, and he decided to get in the pool. And he's a bit like me, like we don't have great rigs. We're skinny fat, I call us. Got a bit of a gut. And he's sitting in the pool, his pale body there, and all of a sudden, Carlin Ponga walks into the pool yard, and he takes his kit off, and he's just in his budgies. He's got his abs shining in the light, and he sits right next to my brother. And the look of my brother being so horrified is something I'll never forget. And him having to get out of the pool with his sloppy rig, walking next to a Greek Adonis. It was, it was the best. It was so good.
Oh, let's go. But yeah, no, I know what you mean about the old. I've got to lose a few kilos myself. So, but it's hard when you got, the ginger beer. I can't get rid of that.
Dad bods are in.
That's
thanks, mate.
that's not an excuse. You've just got to have willpower.
No, it's a dad bod.
Shut up, Mister. I smoke a pack of smokes a night.
No, you just got to get
And wear a
divorced.
golf
That's
club.
what you did.
Well, it's not technical yet, but it's there.
No,
Anyway.
I'd rather you stay chubby. I was talking about something else.
Anyway, moving on. The Roosters and the Sea Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to take Manly, I think, here.
I think Roosters will do them. Manly will do them too.
I hope Manly do. Although I like it to see Spencer go through more, but just the arrogancy of Trent Robinson's comments last week, I think it's time for Manly to show 'em. Manly for you, mate, was it?
Yeah, Manly, but I don't think either team can challenge Melbourne. I think Melbourne beats either of those sides 13 plus. But I'd got Melbourne are a lock for the grand final for me. Penrith should be there, but again, I think if Penrith play the Cowboys, I think that game would be tighter than most people realise.
It'll be an interesting game. Anyway, mate, and then our old W, the Knights girls going along. We've got to win this week, I believe, to get through the final. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think if they win, they're straight through. If they lose, they need Para to lose as well.
Yeah.
Well,
That's up in. Is that up in Townsville? In that L?
Yeah. Playing the Cowboys, I think might be Sunday.
Well, if we do lose, Parramatta soon, ask Gary. That happens
Saturday.
a lot.
Saturday, 3:15.
So we're pretty
Saturday,
good.
Saturday.
But
Yeah.
anyway, mate, once again, we appreciate your time as always, mate. It's been a pleasure having you on all year. So yeah, we'll talk to you next week, and hopefully, and within a few weeks, we'll be talking about maybe the NRL Knights girls going to the grand final.
Yeah, that'd be good. I reckon we'll probably have a couple of roster movements for the men over the next couple of weeks, so I'll see how it plays out.
Yeah. So no news for us going forward.
Only that I don't know if they've made it official yet, but they've announced a young Taj from Super Rugby. He's at the Reds. Apparently, he's a local Newey boy. He's an outside back. They reckon goes pretty well. What you read seems like it's mostly true, and that Jaden Brayley looks likely to head to Para. Daniel Saifidi, I think the Dolphins will announce him over the next week or so. Knights will pay a little bit of his salary. The ones that are a bit up in the air, your Brodie Jones. I don't think Croker will be there. I think he'll be either overseas or another NRL club. And I'm not sure about the future of Jackson Hastings.
Jack Everington. No word on him?
More likely to stay than he was a month ago.
Oh, nice.
Good. I like him. I honestly think the form of Jack and Brodie in particular over the last, what would you say, 6 or so weeks, I think warrants a contract, even if it's for another 12 months.
The impact that they come off the bench on the weekend was good.
And, people go, yeah, Brodie's been a fringe player for a couple of years. Yeah, he has. But now they've put him in a position that's actually suiting him in the middle, and he's bulked up a bit. He's just playing phenomenal football. So I know we've got, cap issues, but with offloading all these players, surely, God, we can offer those two another, because imagine the forward rotation of Leo and Jacob, and then you got those two to come on after him, and then Tyrone coming as well. Pretty handy pack.
One last thing, when you're up there, did you see Jonathan Thurston have his goal kick?
I did, yeah. I saw them. They were doing a little bit down for us. I also had a moment where we were doing the broadcast and he ran past me, not knowing I had a hot mic, and they just put Nanai on the bench. And he ran past me. He said, they put him on the bench because he keeps effing missing tackles. And that went live to our broadcast. So that was good. That was his moment for the night. It was pretty funny.
But in saying that, he's probably the only bloke that could get away with it up there. People,
Yeah.
on the radio, it's just
Or get away with it, but they know straight away who it was.
Yeah.
And the boys in broadcast said, "Oh, we know that voice." I said, "Yeah, it was him." Yeah.
Was there a little after it?
No, I think he was too busy running along. I didn't get the giggle, but yeah, the F came through loud and clear.
To be honest, I like the bloke. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to
He,
see.
mate, he is. We deal with him a bit. He is a really nice fella, and you watch him if he's at the airport or wherever he might be. He gets hounded for photos, and I've never seen him turn anyone away. Like little stuff like that. He's a really decent human being, is JT.
To be honest, he's on one of my list of top 10 people I'd like to interview.
Yeah.
I think it'd just it'd be interesting and have a laugh and he's really. I've got a lot of time for that bloke. I think he's awesome. But, mate, hopefully, next week we might have a Knights win and Penrith win. Well, Penrith's not playing, but
Cowboys.
Cowboys. But so we'll catch you next week, champion. And, can't say go the Knights. Or I can say go the Knights, girls. So, thanks again, buddy.
Sweet. Talk to you guys.
Thanks, mate.
No, mate.
All right, guys, we'll take a short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back, and time for ads bag.
Odds bag.
Back by popular demand.
Yes. Yes.
By you?
Yeah, that's his second bag this year.
Should have called it Addo Cars bag this week.
Could have.
Yeah.
First one from Chris. When did they change the rule that you don't have to play the ball with your foot? Most get up and roll it between their legs.
A couple of years ago, they cracked down on this.
Yeah, it does happen a lot, but it's not police anymore.
The rule hasn't been changed. It's just fast to play the ball, isn't it?
Yeah, and they just
Pretend to use it.
It's probably the speed of the game.
As long as
referees are missing it.
Okay, I find the referee, as long as there's an effort for the foot to do it, if it misses it, I'm okay with it. As long as the effort is put there,
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
It's not like you're playing tunnel ball.
Yeah.
No.
Lee McKenzie, do you think Knights would have won if Bradman Best played?
Oh, there's a good chance it could have.
He would have added that spark.
Yeah. I mean, Dylan Lucas done a tremendous job. 100% he did. But, Bradman has that X factor too. So there's a good chance. I guess we'll never know. But, yeah, it was... I can't take anything away from Lucas, but he was a machine.
Do you think Best will have an operation in the off-season this year?
I would. Excuse me, it's been recurring this year a few times. So,
Should interchanges and number of players on bench be increased to help with concussion rules and protocols during games? Nathan Hales.
nah, because I reckon teams would use it to their advantage.
Yeah.
Use it as a bit of a scapegoat, kind of. I get what they're saying, but yeah, I think that having the 18th man in the blue singlet's probably enough. All that.
Well, that's what I thought they had that for.
Yeah, they do, but
Man thing.
But if we had more, I reckon teams would find a way to have that X factor, extra player, and get them on. So I say the NRL's got other bigger issues to fix first. Maybe leave that one alone and concentrate on the bunker
Issues.
Well, like the bunker should have overruled the toll. Malala should have jumped in, stepped in for that. The forward passes that have or have not happened, the bunker should be allowed to rule on that because you can see if it's a forward or not on TV.
Yeah.
We've got the technology. Okay, Penrith played Storm in the grand final. Even one of you teams lose from a
Forward pass.
how brave are we going to be?
I reckon it'd be a grandstand tore down from one of the teams.
You know what I mean?
I'll
Like,
burn whatever's around me.
well, you can ban your stadium down because it's getting pulled down anyway. So
Yeah, true. No, it's not.
revamp, but
Burn it down. Getting you on then.
Yeah.
Parramatta did, guys?
Cumberland Oval.
I reckon they really need to open their eyes and say, look, we have the technology.
Yeah.
We have 3 people in the bunker. You cannot really get that wrong.
Yeah.
But then they look at other things. They don't look at it enough angles. There was a try the other day, and if they looked at it from the other angle, they would have seen that. Even Reuben Cotter
Yeah.
try. They didn't look at it at enough angles, I don't think, to see.
What happened? Yeah.
We've got the technology, use it.
Do you feel, just quickly, does you feel that 10 interchanges is enough? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Eight?
Yeah.
No, it's 10. I think
Whatever it's at
I think
now,
it's
I think
10.
it's enough, to be honest.
Sure?
Because, okay,
blame me.
for example, I'm saying now that Leo Thompson's not on enough.
Yeah.
If we have more, he's going to be off even more.
Yeah.
And I feel that he needs to be on
Yeah.
more as our number one prop going forward.
Yeah.
So, and okay, that type of bloke, fans don't want to see. If they're off on the bench, fans are going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
So, no for me.
Okay.
4, stats has shown that Hines is not a big game player. Should Fitzgibbon drop or Hines to the bench? Should Fitzy drop Hines to the bench and start Atkinson to save their season?
100%.
Dan Cochran.
100%. Oh, I've got no dramas with Nico Hines being dropped to 14. Could do his confidence well to good, and he could come on as a massive impact player, to be honest, going through the finals. I think there's a confidence issue or something not right there. So if he can't go back to 1, yeah, definitely 14. But he's not a 6 or a 7. Definitely not a 6 or a 7.
True.
Anyone, Kylie?
I feel the Sharks play better. With him in the 14.
Yeah, 100% they will. He's not.
It takes a bit of pressure off him.
Yeah, he's not a. I don't know. There's something not right there. Whether it's confidence or whether it's too much pressure or it's an outside of the team problem. The coach needs to address this. That's his issue. He needs to see this and go, not just for the best interest of the team, but for Nico's health and mental health, and drop him back or pull him aside. Say, man, we've got 2 options. I put you at fullback or 14. Now, this is not often bad against you. You know, don't just drop him, but really got to look after it there. But it has to. Going forward to the finals, the Sharks don't want to go anywhere. Nico at 7, you might as well just buy your ticket to Bali now.
Look, he did win a Dally M there a couple of years ago at 7, although
That's right, but that's what I'm saying. Something's not right there.
something's not right. He's lost a bit of confidence.
So he's not a 7. And you got those 2 realistically playing some really good football. They need to be the 6 and 7.
Yeah. With talk the Knights looking for a quality half to take some pressure off Ponga and reports Ben Hunt on the way out of the Dragons, what are the chances of both parties coming together?
More chance of me winning gold Olympic 100-metre sprint.
As soon as I started reading that, I was like, no.
Because
Ben Hunt would not be at the Knights.
if we didn't have Ponga, he might, because we could afford him.
Yeah.
But we can't afford him now. We're throwing off the money.
Yeah.
Ben Hunt will be in Queensland before he comes to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a million because he's price tag. Good question. I get that. Like, it would be a perfect fit,
Yeah.
but there's a thing called the salary
Didn't
cap.
they look at him a few years ago?
I think we did, but and saying that too, that was probably sent in before
Yeah.
this Taj,
Yeah.
whatever it was. Too. And to be honest, I'd like to see Will Price get more time.
Yeah.
Whether Will Price is of our 14 going forward, I'm happy with that. As long as he gets game time.
And
I don't like this whole, I'm sorry, but bullshit of the last 2 weeks, Gamble getting 10 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Maybe they were easing him into it though because there was pretty serious injury.
I do like what Cogger's done the last few weeks.
Yeah, he has, but there's one thing missing from our halves and even our fullback that we needed from Gamble,
Yeah.
and that's his big kickings.
Yeah.
You know, I feel that probably Gamble could have probably got us a couple of 40-20s and helped us down there as well.
Yeah.
But Cogger's playing some good footy. I just thought, you know, we probably should have brought Gamble on probably 20 minutes or it needed more than 10 minutes, especially when we're going down. But, yeah, I get what you're saying too. The first game, easy him in, but against the Cowboys, he needed to come back a bit more.
And lastly, should the Bulldogs be in the hunt for a winger now that Adokar looks likely to be sacked?
100%.
Dave Bullen.
I have no choice.
100% they will.
You're going to put him through council.
Well, if Anari Tawala's going to be signing the Dogs, there's your winger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
wow.
good pickup too.
Yeah.
That is a huge pickup.
That's a big pickup.
And to be honest, I think it's another huge mistake by the Knights.
Yeah.
I'd have Adokar.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
But is it a case of the Bulldogs have got to do the right thing and get rid of him? They got to sack him, you know, because it doesn't look good in the public eye.
Imagine if you come to Newcastle.
Ha ha. That's my next question.
Oh, yes.
It's the drug culture and all that.
Oh, I'll give him a bag if he comes in here. I don't care, you know. Imagine that.
A duffel bag.
Yeah, imagine Fletcher Sharp on one. Ooh,
No, you can't. You got.
Marge on the other.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, he's got.
Dilemma.
We have a dilemma here that could be fixed the following year. Dane Gay guy, apparently, he's only got one more year left with us. And then Fletcher goes into the centres
Or you get rid of.
with Bradman.
Or you get rid of Kalen Palmer and Fletcher Sharp goes at fullback.
Wait, so where's Gagai going?
They apparently not offering him another contract.
Really?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Are you lying?
Oh, no.
Would he go back? Would he go back? Would he go back to Souths again?
100%.
To be with his brother.
And play with
But you know
Wayne
what?
Bennett.
You know what I can't take is the Roosters want to go X. He said no, I want to stay loyal to Newcastle.
Yeah.
He stayed loyal to Newcastle and they go, all right, next year we don't want you.
Yeah, turf you. Yeah.
That was a bit of a
Kick in the bum.
yeah. Anyway,
That's it for Gazbag.
that's it for Gazbag.
Ads bag.
Dad's bag, Corey's bag, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, what caught my eye? Just so your OCD doesn't get mixed up again, we'll start with you, Ed.
Well, I've got 3.
3 eyes.
3 eyes.
Fair enough.
I'm going to
Well,
chip
he's
in
not
one.
wrong.
I'm going to chip in one for Gaz. I'm going to chip in 2 of my own. So I'll do Gaz's first. The bloody brawl breaking out after the Bulldogs v Manly game on Sunday. One of the men was seen with blood pouring from his mouth and another had blood on his jersey. About 12 police and security guards were needed to bring the clash to a halt. Officers locked fans behind glass doors for their own safety as they were prevented from leaving the venue until confrontation had ended.
Wow.
Bulldog supporters. I knew it'd blow up. Did you see the other video that going around too? You know where they were all partying the last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
You could drop a pin.
Yeah.
There was no one there.
Why do they have to go so stupid after a game? When fans go stupid like that, it just spoils it. And your team's just won
Yeah.
or lost or whatever, but you just take, it's spoiling it. And I'm not saying it's all Bulldogs because it's not, because every club has them. They got their stupid fans. They need to, the ones that get caught, they need to ban them. Get rid of them. Because it's a family cultural game. Anyway, Adam?
Yes, my 2. The nominees for the Veronica White Medal. Jamie Chapman, Mahalia Murphy, Kimberly Hunt and Millie Elliott doing good things.
I'll tell you what, that Millie Elliott thing is pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought when they did that the night, so that was absolutely, I loved it. And we've seen it. Also, they do a similar thing at Penrith,
Yeah.
don't they? It's not through Millie Elliott.
Yeah.
It's a different one, and they had their own jerseys, but not playing in the Nights ones. They actually had their own jerseys,
wow.
and they had some of the young, I'll say kids, because some of them were kids or young men.
Yeah.
Had mohawks and they all sprayed blue and that. And it was gold, eh?
Yeah.
So good on them. So whoever's behind those systems, good on them.
Yeah. And the Ken Stevens finalists, Reuben Cotter, Sean Lane, Nico Hines and Brian Kelly. I think this should nearly be, and I think they do it on the Daily M nights as well, but there should be more, and I've said it for years with mates and stuff, there should be more focus on these medals and awards. Then it's like name the finalists, like make a big thing out of it,
How come
and then make an even bigger thing on the awards night. Like,
how come there's only them ones that are finalists? Like, what? It's got to
so
be.
there was a group of, I think, 12,
And it got cut down.
and it got cut down.
But who votes for them ones? This is my point.
That's what I was trying to look at the Savo is who votes to get down from, I think they had 12 in each, down to 4, because he had Ponga, I think, was one of them, and the girls was Clydesdale, Yasmin Clydesdale.
Oh, righto.
She was one of the nominees for the girls.
But it hasn't made it.
And just,
Okay, but Channel 9 are running these awards
Daily M.
with Daily M, which is sort of linked up with 9 in a way.
Why not Fox?
Well, Fox is 9 now, isn't it? Aren't they both doing both?
Yeah, something like that.
Millie Elliott.
Yeah,
Who does she work for?
yeah, you're right.
I'm not saying like she deserves 100%. I agree with what she's doing,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but coincidental.
yeah,
So it should be made public, and the fans should vote.
yeah.
The fans should vote. It's the only fair way to do it. Yeah,
That's my eyes
Kylie.
this week.
I've got 2, but we've already touched on one. We've already touched Trent Robinson.
I haven't.
Touched on him. Touched him.
Have you?
No. Only Trent the flight steward.
Well, yeah, just how he doesn't ever give his opposition teams credit, especially when his team loses. And my second one, oh, I think we've touched on this one as well. Penrith are the first team in over 100 years to beat the Roosters 10 times in a row.
Wow, that's a good one.
Nice.
Oh, it is good.
100 years.
Look, I don't know where that.
Penrith's been around for.
Not for 100 years.
1967,
I don't know. How long's Roosters been around for?
1908.
I don't know, wait.
Their first team in over 100 years, but that's not. Yeah,
Oh, right.
you read it wrong.
Yeah.
What does say?
No, you read it right.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just like,
He read it wrong.
I'm half
He thought
asleep,
the
so-
Penrith was around for 100 years.
I was like, did they have a
I'm thinking I'm not good at maths, but they haven't.
Sorry.
My first one was obviously Melbourne and Penrith flexing their muscles. That'll be obviously the grand final, in my opinion. The second one, Wayne Bennett's first day at South training today, giving them everybody a what for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
and-
still contracted to the Dolphins for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's so forward. Hang on. Why is he there so early?
Not surprised.
But
Yeah.
you know what? This is what.
NRL should jump in and say, sorry, hang on.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
off.
Well, Souths will probably be in the 8 next year with the way Bennett's going to get them going.
Yeah, but that'll be, I'll believe it when I say it. Go to the Dolphins this year. They didn't make finals.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good coach and probably it will happen, but yeah.
I've also got a third one too. I actually read this the other day. Shout out to Trey Fuller because he played a really good game against the Knights. Weekend, he plays the next week in Queensland Cup and he's done his knee.
Shattered. I was actually going to ask you about it.
It's really, really
He's-
done.
They're in 6 to 12 months recovery.
Oh.
ACL, MCL, PCL.
Is he
PCL.
signed for anyone next year?
I thought South were trying to. I thought
Well,
South.
he's back to the Dolphins in there for
Yeah,
another
but South's
year or
looking
two.
at him.
Yeah,
So
now.
such a shame because he's a really
Yeah,
good
plays
player.
good footy.
Like a
And
significant leg
Yeah.
like it's a significant
Yeah.
leg injury.
that's
they
pretty
said.
sad. Anyway, what caught my eyes? I got 4. I know I don't have glasses on.
Ha!
James Graham, who bought the 10 grand worth the finals tickets for Bulldogs fans who couldn't afford to go to the semi-final. Good on him. You know what? That's my little dragon moment of the week because good on that bloke. Like, what a legend. Have you heard of anyone else ever doing that?
No.
Did he have to do it? No, he didn't.
No.
He just shows the type of bloke he is.
Yeah.
And as you know, Elliot says too, Elliot says he's the nicest bloke you'll ever meet. And we met him at Queensland for a brief couple of minutes, and he was really lovely, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, I said, sorry to bother you on your holiday, mate, but can we get a photo? Yeah, sure, mate. Yeah, and he's over and he's shook your hand and that.
Do you have Vaseline on his legs?
I know where you go for your holidays, but
Remember when he first came out here and started playing footy?
No.
He had Vaseline all over his legs.
yeah, but that's playing
So
footy.
no one could grab onto him.
Yeah,
But that's playing footy. He's not going
think
that
to
was a
Right.
tactic that he used to wear.
He's not going to walk down the main street of
might.
Savile Avenue with Vaseline on his
He
legs.
might.
In case Corey tackles him.
He might have been going somewhere else in Cavill Avenue.
Oh, anyway. My second one, Craig Bellamy, has made the prelim finals 15 of his 22 seasons as a Storm coach.
It's a good record.
Slip me that 20 later, mate.
Very good
It was
record.
just like the record where they've won the first round the last 22 years.
Yeah. And my third one, Fish and Moses Leota, the Bash brothers, in their last 7 finals, going back to 2022 when these two are on the field together. They dominate. The Panthers have scored 108 points and only conceded 22 points with these two on the field at the same time. It'll be a different story next year without these two together. Sorry, Crazy Lady. But
I'm not the one with the fish obsession.
Yeah,
You love a bit of seafood.
I like my fish. I like him, honestly. I like
Ironically, he doesn't eat seafood. Oh, fish.
Not fish.
Fish or salmon.
I'll give you some salmon, but
Silly salmon.
no, he is. He's a champion bloke, and yeah, it'll be sad to see him go. But I'll tell you what, for the Warriors, oh, look out next year. I'll tell you what, lock in the Warriors to be in your 8 somewhere.
So they got the Knights second rower. They've just signed it yesterday. The lady girl with the
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Stacey
Party.
Jones.
sister.
yeah,
Nice.
for teacher, what is
Yeah.
it, something?
Yeah, you can tell that was always going to happen.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think the lady too. Is it Jones? Not Jones. There's another one. The lady who had the short hair for the Knights. I think she's playing with.
That is her.
That's who we're talking about.
Is that her? No,
That's who
no,
we're talking about,
no, I
champion.
thought you said. I think you were talking about Evie.
No. Stacey
Yeah.
Jones's cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, Evie's a Musbrook product, mate. She's
Yeah.
on New Zealand.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
good.
the short hair.
that's where I've been
Stacey.
confused.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah. And my fourth one, as I touched on a little bit earlier, Sione Mataria leaving England and coming back home. The forward has been a key member of the Saints squad since 2021, winning 2 Super League titles and a World Club Challenge at the Totally Wicked Stadium. But his time in Super League is now drawing to a close. Super League coach Paul Wellens admitted the forward had indicated desire to return to Australia, but not to pursue a deal in the NRL. But
No,
Can I tell you where he's going?
he's not going to Raymond Terrace, my friend.
hang on, Mataldi is returning home for family reasons. Okay.
There's 3 Metallica boys going to be lining up in a Raymond Terrace Magpies jersey next year.
Don't tell him that. He'll be at every bloody Raymond Terrace
not what
game.
I've heard.
They're not going to Lakes, mate. Pat's not going from the terrace, and what they're going to put on the table for him? Trust me.
So Peter's staying with Lakes because he's re-signed.
Lakes.
Yeah, one of the Italians is re-signed with Lakes.
I'll tell you what, we'll see.
No, they're all going to the terrace, mate.
Well, I know one just was on the other day. One of them's re-signed with
I'll
Lakes.
tell you what, we'll see if we can get Peter on the next couple of weeks. We'll ask him straight to the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Should get hard taker from the terrace on here.
Pete might be coming to our go-kart day, so we'll ask him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly think Sione could still crack it there now.
I think he could too.
Mm.
Wouldn't he? You'd think the Knights would give him another run, you'd reckon? Oh,
Oh,
really?
He'd even offer him even peanuts.
Trial
See if
and
he'd-
train to start with? Or?
No, it killed it. Do you watch some of the games over there with the crowd
Yeah.
with Sione?
Yeah.
They loved him.
What's
Yeah.
he only now? What, 20, late 20s? Early
It'd have to
30s?
be.
Probably
Still got a couple of years left.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So he's still got a few years. He NRL will pick him up.
Mm.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple of clubs.
Honestly, you know, I reckon he would fry Penrith.
You think everybody would
No, he
thrive at
would.
Penrith?
Well, you're missing but you're missing a few forwards.
it's like a nursery.
But you're missing a few.
All these man crushes are
No,
going to
no,
go
no,
to
no,
Penrith.
no. But you're missing a few forwards, like with Fish and that gone. Sione in the second row. Push one of the second rows up to the front row.
Yeah.
I would. Be honest. Wouldn't look out of place at St George either.
Something you'd have to take up with his manager.
Oh, I could be his manager. Anyway, that's what caught my eye this week, other than my wife.
Nearly giving you a heart attack.
Oh, well, we won't go there. But,
His arm's a bit dead, but
not from the reason Jules are.
nah.
Anyway, night of the round. And you can start.
Start. Just I like sitting up here.
I mean, Gary.
He gets to go first instead of sitting down there. in the
Gary's
sun.
demoted next week.
Mine was for the boys, Dylan Lucas. 192 run meters, 79 pace contact, 4 tackle breaks, 22 tackles, and 1 try. And a bit of an everyman man sort of thing. It reminds me a little bit of Connor Watson. Just a bit of bigger built
Yeah,
frame.
true. I'll agree on that. Got it.
And me women's was Yasmin Clydesdale, 107 run meters, 44 pace contact, 20 tackles, 2 line breaks, 4 tackle breaks.
Had a while of a game.
Yeah. And she's actually stepped up for Caitlin,
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
Had
spoke
to.
about it a bit.
Had to. And yeah. Well,
My men's is Greg Marzu, 17 runs taken, 13 tackle breaks, 72 post contact metres and 212 metres run. And I just felt that he was safe under the high ball.
he didn't make any mistakes. Didn't
That's
do
right.
anything wrong.
And he's carried out of the dummy, like out of the set of 6, phenomenal.
He'd be close to being their player of the year. You reckon?
He'd be up there in the top 3.
I reckon
Some-
it'd be either him. When he first came, did you ever think he was going to be second rower
No,
or a lock?
I don't know.
Uh,
You don't reckon?
No, I
he
didn't know.
could if we needed him.
Yeah,
But
He's like, yeah.
he's just been a. He's just a,
he's too valuable on
Yeah.
that wing.
yeah, he's a crowd figure
Like
now.
he's just like I think this year he's well he's going to go for the Storm, but I just think he stepped up a gear this year and just taken ownership, like he's taking a bit more ownership. Like maybe
The good thing
Caleb
with
along around.
having him like that, you get a back and a forward in
Yeah.
one, which is good. But
Yeah.
a bit like a tool. But if he went up to a lock or something, they're going to go, we got too many forwards again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's probably best staying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like as you were saying before, if he doesn't catch the ball, he's first or second run straight off the.
Oh, 100%. You win?
Sheridan Gallagher, she scored a hat trick and just had a blinder of a game.
You've been reading mine notes.
And reading mine as well.
No, you copied mine.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Yeah, no, you did right. Couldn't argue with that one. Corey.
Yeah, I had Marju and I had Gallagher.
There you go.
Very quick. So
I had Brody Jones.
Yeah.
Broads, 2 tackle breaks, 1 offload, 34 tackles, and 112 metres game. And you could see on the face how devastated he was after the game.
that's a pretty fair effort on the bench.
Yeah, and the nights were his heart and soul. Yeah, to be honest, I don't understand why he hasn't been offered another contract for something half decent to stay. Like, you can't expect a bloke to train every day, for peanuts. So,
Certainly putting a lot of effort at the moment to win a contract, whether it's with the Knights or somebody else.
well, yeah, that's the thing too. But that's the type of bloke you want at a club too. One of them that actually comes off after a loss and is not sitting there joking with his mates. That actually is disappointed.
Yeah.
And that bleeds that club and loves that club.
Yeah.
And last but not least, that actually has a lot of time for their fans and the community. So,
And for our fearless leader here too.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I've built up a friendship with Brady over the years, and I messaged him before every game and after a game, and I tell you what, he's probably only just got in the sheds and he's replying straight to me. And it's good when players can be like that. They're not just a player; they're a friend.
Yeah.
And that's the type of bloke. I don't know if my kids were growing up coming through the footy system. That's the type of bloke I'd want them to look up to, and that's the type of bloke you need at your club. So hang in there, champion. My women's one was Sheridan Gallagher. Couldn't get past her free with the hat trick, but there was a few others that could have got there, like Clydesdale, Upton as usual.
Did these guys watch any of that game on the weekend?
Watched a bit of it.
Yeah, did you see the heads up play that Georgia Roach with the chip kick for Tamika?
Yes,
That was fantastic. That
What
was
day was it on?
Saturday.
she's pretty fast. Eh?
Yeah.
What
yeah.
time?
Oh, it was, I don't know, just after
34-0 or something.
just after 11, I think.
No, we were watching Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I watched the highlights.
Beetlejuice.
Good movie.
Beetlejuice.
No, it wasn't.
Huh?
The first one was heaps better.
Yeah.
The seats were good
Yeah.
for half hour, but when you're a bit big, it's a bit hard to fit. But yeah, that was night of the round and our NRLW night out of the round, should we call it? Anyway, player of the round, I'll start because I'm here. Mine was Dylan Edwards. There was a few we could have picked from this week, but wait to hear the stats and you'll understand why. He's been under an injury cloud the last few weeks. 270 metres, 1 line break, 4 tackle breaks, and 21 runs taken. If he's injured, he's certainly not showing it for me. And honestly, he's a huge part of Penrith winning.
Yeah.
I mean, there could have been a few I could have picked, but I think he was probably the standout player of the round, I thought, with those
Surprised it
stats.
wasn't fish.
I had to take my fish goggles off. And I wanted to put Leo in there for being sent to the sin bin, but I had to be realistically. And when you got 270 metres, it's hard to go past that. And my women's one was Rochelle Parsons.
Rachel.
Rachel, is it? Oh, same.
Parramatta. Yeah.
Sorry.
Parramatta girl.
240, 30 kicks, and those kicks that led to a try on the next set, so completely changing the momentum of the contest. So, Gaz, I picked a Paragirl. So, Kylie.
My men's one is Nathan Cleary, simply because I thought he may have been rushed back from injury. So you can imagine my relief that he didn't get re-injured.
You can talk to him. Nathan's in the studio tonight.
Yeah, true. He's very quiet.
Yeah.
A bit stiff after the game.
I just feel he had a great game. 3 tries, his 4 tackle breaks, 17 tackles and 92 metres gained, and 18 kicks with 375 kicking metres. He also made 16 tackles with only 1 missed tackle.
I must admit, he did play rather well too. He was a. Would you say he was a big difference?
He certainly made Penrith's attack more relaxed.
But I just couldn't. Yeah, I mean that was 100%. Like he was the master of the conductor of it all. So
That's right.
can't argue with that one.
And my women's is New Zealand Test forward Amber Hall. She was outstanding, scoring the Roosters' second try on a day in which she had 12 tackle breaks and 11 carries for 107 metres.
Pretty good stats for a women's game.
Absolutely.
Adam,
I've got 2, but I'm tossing up. First one, Trent Liero from the Storm, 222 run metres, 1 tackle break, 26 tackles, 72 post contact metres.
And you don't rate him, don't you?
I don't. But the last probably 4
Yeah.
weeks, he's.
can I guess your second one?
Yep.
Will Warbrick.
Nope.
Ooh.
Can't read his writing, so I can't help you.
My little.
Actually, thought he played well.
He did, but it's my little man crush, Mr. Grant, Mr. Harry.
Harry Grant.
Someone other than a Storm player.
3 tries,
That was-
29 tackles.
I can't believe it. He played for the Tigers.
1 line break, 82 run metres, 21 post contact metres. And he's the first hooker in, I think it's the first hooker ever in the history of NRL to get a hat trick. I think, don't quote me on it, it's a very long time.
Long
But yeah,
time,
they did say that.
Yeah,
Just
fair
right
enough.
place at the right time.
And
So
you
who
win.
wants your
Love you,
point?
Harry.
Who wants your point out of those 2?
You have to go Harry Grant with a hat trick.
Yeah. Harry Grant, the hat trick. Riero, I'm not fast on him, but he played
There
well.
he is.
Yeah, but a hat trick.
Yeah.
And your women? Harry Grant, was it?
No.
Hey, Will
Not
Warbrick.
yet. Not yet.
My women,
Liero.
Not
my
coming.
women, and this is actually a record, and shout out to her too, Isabel Kelly, 350 run metres, 105 post contacts,
Yeah,
7
she-
tackle breaks, 2 line breaks, 10 tackles, and still the better Kelly that plays footy. Sucked in, Jack.
Do you steal my notes?
No.
Like sucked in Jack.
No.
Oh. Yeah.
I had the same as Adam. Honestly.
Will Warbrick.
No, I had Harry Grant and I had Isabel Kelly.
You copy my notes every week I sit at that end.
Yeah. You
And I was up there for 5
Are you
minutes
sitting up
today.
there this week?
a bit earlier you were
Yeah,
at
Yeah, but
sit
I
down
wasn't
there.
even watching
You
it.
were cuddling or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you're like, oh, we need to do this. And as you're doing that, you're looking over here at what I had written down.
no, I was spooted at the boat ramp.
Oh.
Mate, I haven't been there for weeks.
For weeks. So you have been there.
Oh, the Hammer's on 5 points. There's a few on 4 points. Still
I reckon, seriously, this is going to have to go right through to after our grand final show. It's going to have to be our wrap-up show.
Well, Hammer won't get any more points, so it's got to be, yeah.
Edwards, he'd be up there, wouldn't he?
No, he's only got, oh no, yeah, he's got 7. Can't even read my own writing.
Oh, you're trying to read mine. So how many do I have to give Harry Grant every week?
He'll be out after this week anyway. Next week, sorry.
No.
Oh, I was waiting for setting some bait there, but didn't take it. Anyway, that's our players of the round for this week and what caught our eye. So we'll take another short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, time for stuff you may have sniffed. Oh, sorry, missed this week. And the first one here is Luke Brooks. I actually fell for this at the start.
I think a lot of people.
Yeah, pulls his hammy and warming up before finals debut. I'm guessing I'm just destined never to play in finals game, but if you look closely, it says Fox West Tigers.
But initially, you just see the fox.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
And I went, oh, poor bugger.
yeah.
But anyway, the next one was the Oh, that's gone.
Yeah, no, there it
Yeah,
is.
Panthers one. It was sent in on the live feed for Channel 9 there. So the Panthers have spent the last 4 months getting by and just barely beating teams, playing fatigue and generally looking like falling off. All of a sudden, they remember how good they are at football. Now Ivan Cleary is some kind of evil genius scientist. I actually like those.
Tin foil hats are out.
I like that, actually. I might have to get on it this week and, do one.
I've actually seen this one.
I actually haven't seen this one.
Jumping the gun on this one with the semi-final.
Matty John show.
Yeah, but have a look what's down the bottom.
Roosters versus Bulldogs.
That's not happening.
Yeah. And
Versus Eagles.
yeah, and look above. It's got the actual score. So someone's stuffed up there. Maybe the work experience boys getting the sack there. And here we have Chucky.
And more of his face has fallen off. There's a
And
big chunk missing.
Yeah.
it's like a stud hit him off the boot. You know what I mean?
Oh, it looks painful.
But no one can give the bloke, 10 out. You can't give him any less than 10 for putting a commitment effort in. But, yeah. Well, that was, we have one more.
And just, yeah.
Yeah, old Tal Malalo, stranded. Missed his flight.
No, they all did.
They all did,
They didn't get a flight.
Yes.
The NRL's looking into getting them express from Townsville.
It looks
to
like he didn't
Sydney.
miss his breakfast.
I'm wondering why they didn't book them sooner.
Yeah, well, as soon as they won the other night, wouldn't you think they'll be onto it?
Yeah, but I think they were waiting more for when the draw was coming out to them. But the funny thing is, the fans have filled the two planes up.
Yeah,
They
well,
need
that's right.
50, 45 or 50 seats for players, their team and their gear.
Yeah, and here's another one that
There's a new team on the market.
Going back a couple of weeks, this was.
it's an Indian team from from
New Delhi.
They
New
play
Delhi.
with the Dargans.
the Sharaks,
Sarks.
and instead of wearing headgear, they wear turbans.
Oh,
Well, they got red dots and you scratch it off and you win a car.
that's it.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. It just means they're recording. Yeah, it's that stuff we may have missed. So this weekend, time for a little bit more humour and crazy ladies jokes of the week. Now tell us, have you got some with us in it all in it this time?
I think so.
They are absolutely every week.
That's it.
I want you to do one. Give me one each week after the show. The
Gary
best one.
normally takes them.
Well, I need a picture of the best one, and we'll put it up on our TikTok every week. I reckon for the joke of the week. There's some Bobby Dazzlers, I tell you. Anyway,
Can't beat the giblets.
oh god,
That is the. Well, there was one, I think, last week or the week
the
before.
postman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I actually thought it was funny.
This one you might like. I was in labour when the nurse said it was time to push. I gave it everything I had until a fart, which was violently loud and stinky, had obviously followed through. I was mortified. Don't worry, Dean said, patting my head. I've heard this kind of thing is perfectly natural during birth. Isn't that right, nurse? Yes, said the nurse, gagging, but it's usually the mother, not the father.
I was gonna say this just sounds like bed.
Where's the nurse?
I need one after it.
Oh, whatever. Chris takes a job on a construction site in Newcastle.
Geez, that's funny.
Part of his daily work is to clear any sewage and empty the waste from the pipes. Every Friday, he must hand in his timesheets. After the second week, his boss, Adam, pulls him over for a word. Chris, says Adam, I need to have a word about your timesheets. For the past 2 weeks, all you have written on them is 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. shoveling shite. That's right, sir. That's what I do. Shovel shite, said Chris. Well, Chris, says Adam, in future, can you not write shoveling shite? Can you write excavating excrement instead? For feck's sake, said Chris, if I could write excavating excrement, I wouldn't be shoveling shite.
That's Chris alone. Poor bugger.
I can just picture him with a heart out now.
I couldn't. Well, actually, I probably could.
Chris the Builder.
No, yeah, he's on.
Trouble is, Corey don't even picture him in art at nothing else.
macho, man. The village people.
I just brought up.
Look
my
at him
breakfast.
over there. He's got the giggles out there.
Yeah, he's got.
Blushing.
I think he's a bit hard up over there.
He's blushing.
You
Too.
got any more for us?
A major international company was looking to hire someone for an important position. So they interviewed dozens of applicants and narrowed their search down to 3 people from different parts of the world. To pick one of them, they decided to give them all the same question to answer within 24 hours, and the one with the best answer would get the job. The question was, a man and a woman are in bed nude. The woman is lying on her side with her back facing the man, and the man is lying on his side facing the woman's back. What is the man's name? After the 24 hours was up, the 3 were brought in to give their answers. The first, Gary was from the USA, says, "My answer is, there is no answer." The second, Corey from England, says, "My answer is that there is no way to determine the answer with the information we were given." The third one, Dean from Australia, says, "I'm not exactly sure, but I have narrowed it down to 2 names. It's either Willie Turner or Willie Naylor." The Australian got the job.
I'd say Willie would be nailing. I like that. But yeah, I like them. You can't, but they're good when it especially involves, the kids that special little spin. But
Yeah. Oh, you're going again.
No, I'll save them for next week.
oh,
Chris being a call girl.
No, I want to hear it now.
you got it out.
Do it now. Come on.
That means I'll have to find more.
Yeah, you
That's all right.
you let the call girl out of the bag now. You have
You watch,
to.
it won't be funny now.
Oh, will be.
No, it will be. Yeah.
Chris was a call girl, but she didn't want her grandma to know. One day the police raided the brothel and took all the girls outside and made them line up. By chance, Chris's grandma came by. Grandma asked, why are you standing in line, dear? Not willing to let her grandma know the truth, Chris told her that the police were passing out free oranges and she was just lining up for some. "Why, that's awfully nice of them. I think I'll get some for myself," Grandma said as she proceeded to the back of the line. A policeman was going down the line asking for information from all the call girls. When he got to Grandma, he was bewildered and exclaimed, "Wow, still going at it your age? How do you do it, old girl?" Grandma replied, "Oh, it's easy, dear. I just take my dentures out, rip the skin back and suck 'em dry."
Oh. Oh.
You asked for it.
Well.
Oh, Chris the grandma.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
I'm just thinking Chris the call girl.
I should have named the grandma something.
Yeah.
Gary.
Big Gary.
Gary Lena.
Oh, they're gold. So that's you for this week.
Yes, and happy birthday, Adam.
Happy birthday, Adam. And just before you go, I don't know who's going to win the award tonight. I was just pulling your chain.
I'm going to go and have a look.
Anyway, yeah, so we'll find out very soon. And we'll find out the winner on the panel tonight, see who gets to pick. So what's the challenge? If whoever loses, I reckon whoever wins has to tell the rest of them what to come dressed in.
If you know the answer, you should pick the
I don't.
challenge.
Aren't we doing the? Do you want to do the hat? What we're going to wear? Is it the last show we're doing with the? What we're going to wear to the last show, or are we going to?
I reckon.
So is the grand final show the dress up, or is it the?
What are we doing? Dress up for go karts as well.
I think you just want to get dressed in drag.
Well, I'm trying to be with Gary tonight, so Gary wants to dress up.
Yeah, well, after what Chris and Minion did last year in those sets, I wouldn't be able to.
No, I reckon he's got to come dressed as the call girl.
So what's the theme? Do we just dress up as whatever?
Yeah, well, we could always put him in a hat
Yeah.
and pull him out.
Is this for the show, or for the go?
We'll talk in the break.
Righto.
Anyway, thanks for this coming on again this week.
Penrith got
have
this week.
a week off.
Better for being. Oh, they got the bye.
Yeah. The 2 good teams.
Well, the
are
week
resting.
off.
You're not the only one. Anyway, so catch you next week.
Maybe.
Thank you.
We'll be back after these short messages. All right, guys, it's that time of night again. It's time for Talking Schmidt. And caller number 1. Who we got there, mate?
Hey, how you going, guys? It's Matthew Pryor speaking.
Hey, Matthew, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, good. Thanks yourself.
Mate, yeah, not too bad. Unfortunately, the night's bummed out, but we've still got the women in. But, mate, what's your question for us, champion?
Here's some questions I'd like to ask you. Which NRL rule would you give it a F by?
Well, sorry, mate, you dropped out there.
Oh, hold on. Which NRL rule would you get rid of and why?
Which NRL rule would you get rid of
Hmm.
and why?
Ooh, tough question, though.
Yeah.
Adam? Hmm.
Which one would you get? I wouldn't get rid of, but I'd give the bunker more power and on forward passes.
Hmm.
Rule I'd get rid of actually probably be the 6 again rule. Straight out penalty.
Yeah, I'm with that because you look at the Knights last week.
Yeah.
We got nothing.
Yeah.
And we should have. So yeah, I'm with Adam. I'd get rid of the 6 again rule. It is good.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's not policed properly and done right. So yeah, I'd get rid of the 6 again rule.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth there too. I was going to say the 6 again rule.
I just don't think it's working. Well, it could, but unfortunately, it depends who the referee is. Yeah. So, and you get 6 again, but players are taking it to their advantage, and they'll continue to repeat to hold you down. Where if they got more penalties, they're more kick at goal, more chance for a point, mate. So hopefully that answers your question there, man.
Yeah. You want to ask you other one?
Yeah, mate. Shoot them off.
Sure, for NAL have a international under 20 youth competition.
Yes, 100%.
Yep.
You need to. No, I think you need to build the talent. And it's back in the old days how the Knights, for instance, they had their pool like Penrith are doing it now, where Newcastle used to always feed from their juniors and then work them way up. Like, I just think there's that gap missing. Because you got young ones debuting at 18, 19-year-old. Like,
I think Brian Smith was responsible for that.
Yeah.
Destroying our nursery. But yeah, Penrith do it so well. And you look at it like the twins, the brothers that come in this year.
McLean.
Yeah.
They've been bred, brought through.
Yeah.
Some of Penrith's forwards now are young kids coming through. So you're dead right. Yep.
Yeah.
100%, mate. Has to come back in. But I've been a big believer, too, of also, you got to have a women's team. Every club should have women's reserve grade and first grade.
Yeah.
Perhaps we need to do the 4 grades. Where every club has to have that to be eligible to enter. I'm not saying you have to take the 4 away.
Yeah.
But I mean that would make a great day of football.
Yeah.
Whether you'd fit it all in, I'm not sure. But you should have to have all them because that way you're preparing yourself too for backup for the cup team or first grade as well. So, mate, 100% should be brought back in.
Yeah, and I've got the last question to ask you, too.
Yeah, mate, go for it.
Sure, for NIL, could have extra 2 players on the bench, plus an extended player because of injuries and head knocks.
Mate, I'm happy with it the way it is, to be honest, because I think there's a lot of times that you won't even see that 18th man activated, and I don't want to have any more people on the bench because then, I'm a big fan of Leo Thompson's and I don't think he's on the field enough as it is. If we have another player on the bench, we're going to see less and less of him on the field as well. So I think, mate, it's working. I wouldn't touch it personally. Don't just leave it how it is, Adam.
Yeah, I think leave it how it is. As you said, the 18th man doesn't get activated all the time. I think we had a conversation before. I think they're going to try and bend the rules a bit if they do have more players on the bench. But if you have more players on the bench, I'd just, you get some players last weekend, Gamble only got 10 minutes. Imagine having another 2 players on the bench. You need a lot of people sitting down, not getting a run all the time. So,
and then you're going to get players upset that want to leave because they're not getting time.
Yeah.
I think leave it as it is.
Yeah.
Until some time, if it starts down the future, we could look at it. But at the moment, I'd say leave it, Corey.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Maybe, if anything, maybe just push the interchanges up a little bit further, maybe higher, maybe.
Nah, I'm with that. I'm leaving it as it is now too, because it goes back to if you have more interchanges, you're going to see less time of likes of like Leo again, because they're going to keep swapping them around.
Yeah.
I want to see the big boys getting in and having a go. Then fatigue starts to, set in. Then you get your good players like
Watsons
and co that will take advantage of, and that's exciting football.
Yeah.
So, mate, I'd leave it personally. But I suppose that's why I'm not running the NRL yet. But
next year.
Yeah, next year maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, mate, I'd leave it as that. Hopefully they answer your questions there, champion.
Yeah, mate. Absolutely.
So you're in the draw, mate, for caller of the week too, and I'll tell you what, they're going to be hard to beat. So you're in the draw for the $250 Say Zinc tattoo voucher or the $150 cash thanks to Nighttime Podcast. So enjoy the rest of the show, champion, and go the Knights, girls, eh?
Yeah, thanks, guys.
No worries.
No
Thanks,
worries,
mate.
legend.
Thanks, Matty.
All right, guys, time for caller number 2. Who we got there?
Yeah, we got Corey again, guys. How are you?
Hey, mate, how are you?
Oh, can't complain.
That's the go, mate. What's your question for us, champion?
Well, the final series is kicking off in good gear, but the issue with Josh Adokar prior to last week's game,
Yeah.
is that something that's going to affect him as a player and the Bulldogs as a club in general?
Well, it sort of really has to an extent. Like, the problem I've got is you've been done. I just don't understand how I don't know how they got in my system. Well, if you're being tested positive, you just need to come out and say, look, I stuffed up.
Yeah.
Own it, move on.
I think they're dragging it out.
Yeah. And they're going to have to, the club's going to have to take some kind of action to say, well, we don't condone this. And yeah. So I'm not saying I'd like this to happen because I probably wouldn't. I'd like to see him stay there, but do they really? They probably have to get rid of him.
Tear his contract up.
Probably have to, really. Although Souths didn't with
Mitchell.
But that was only alleged. There was no actual proof. So with the proof here, I think they've got no leg to stand on. They're probably going to have to do something, which I hope he doesn't get lost to rugby league because, 1, he's a great player. 2, he's actually a good guy.
Yeah.
And 3, he's probably really good for the Indigenous community. So I don't want to see him lost to the game, but I think they probably have to do something. But I would also like them to make sure his mental health is looked after as well.
Yeah.
So, but saying that, I wouldn't worry too much about it because if they sack him, the Roosters will get him anyway.
Have they got the money to afford him?
Roosters have got a bottomless pit.
Yeah. If you remember the old cartoon, Scrooge McDuck, you remember that, where he used to swim in his money vault? Well, that's the Roosters there. So there's no such thing as a cap. So,
okay, so it's one rule for one club and one for the rest.
100%, mate. As we've been saying the last couple of weeks in this show, I don't condone cheating one little bit. But I tell you what, if the Roosters are going to do it and the NRL's not going to do anything about it, I say it's open slate. All clubs should do it. How else do you compete with them?
Yeah.
You can't. Like Melbourne got their arse handed to them and things stripped and, that premiership they won, that's a black mark against their name. So why
But there were 2 for Melbourne, wasn't there?
There's a couple.
So they own it. They've owned it and they've, done the wrong thing and they've put their hand up. So why are the Roosters getting away with it? I just don't think it's fair. Well, it's not fair in Melbourne. Melbourne got done.
Yeah.
They've owned it. They've moved on. The Roosters should now be held accountable as well. Yeah. It's not fair. To the end of the day, the people that they're robbing are the fans.
Yeah.
So, but I say one thing, I laugh at it. You stack your books, you stack your plays, and you still can't win a competition. So,
Interesting.
So hopefully was that your question, mate, or?
I think so.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry if I made an extra question on your question.
No, it's all right.
But
overall, from the season just gone, how would you rate this season?
For?
Every club.
Every club? Oh, I think it's been a pretty good season. As a general, not just singling out any club in particular. But I've been pretty excited about all the football. There's been some good quality football. There's been some good quality players emerge, some up and coming. And unfortunately, we've had to say goodbye to a few. Some clubs have lost some players. But I'll tell you what, grand final day, there's nothing better, and I love it. Seriously, I love it. If I miss it, I get cranky. The retirees.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, if the NRL do it this way, there needs to be some kind of investigation. Someone needs to be held accountable. But if they just walk up on stage and they wave their hands, or stand there, NRL needs shooting. They need to get them and have them go around the whole ground how they used to, like in cars or whatever, and give these players that have given to the game for so long a chance for them to say goodbye. Like Sione Mitaudi never got it, but he's gone over to England. Now he's retiring. Should he be included? I think he should.
Yeah.
I think he should. Sione was a big thing for the Knights. Hasn't had his chance to say goodbye, so I reckon he should. But as a whole from rugby league, NRL, I think it has a pass this year, you could say.
Yeah.
A couple of things need tweaking, a couple of things have failed, but as a general, I think it's been some good footy.
Yeah.
So, Corey?
Yeah, that's been a pretty fair season.
Even the NRLW.
Yeah.
And I think, was it Storm putting the team in?
Yeah. So last year they started like a pathways thing, and now they've narrowed it down. They're going to come to New South Wales, I think, end of this month and do, I think it's a 5-day trial against a few clubs in the juniors, and then go back down, and they're just sort of nutting out to what they're going to do. I think they're aiming for 25, I think it's 26, 25 or 26 to put a cup in. I think it's 26.
I think Penrith, they've started as too. So.
I think it's just there's like 3 or 4.
The Warriors will be next year.
Yeah, Warriors
I'm keen to see the Warriors girls play.
Yeah.
Some of those girls that have got the tattoos on their chins and the traditional stuff. Oh, man, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So, mate, from us, we think it's a pass.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's been times where we're going, I can't wait to watch this. I can't wait to watch it. Let's just see grand final day. And I tell you what, you ring in on the grand final show or the grand final show after it, and we'll tell you what we think after grand final day, if the grand final was a success.
Well, I think it's looking at the Penrith-Melbourne grand final, and I think it's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, I think that too, but I'm talking about as a entertainment side of things. I'm a little bit scratching my head. No disrespect to Kid Leroy. I think he's probably good in his right mind, but when you have the AFL that have got Katy Perry, we need to start thinking out of the square.
Yeah.
Like I said, you want ratings, you want viewers.
And they've got the money to do it.
That's right. They just
Should the NRL take a leaf out of the Super Bowl?
Well, something like that. Yeah, get a few artists in. But Oasis, they're trying to make a comeback. You probably get them over here for peanuts.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, they're a worldwide act. So, bang, you've killed it straight away. And have Kid Leroy as well. Like, what else are we going to have? Chris playing the spoons? You might as well. Like, they don't do anything. Like, the NRL's entertainment is pretty, I'm sorry, but piss poor.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, the chub pumping, knocked down. Like, that was
Yeah.
like that, I said, is it Jelly Roll, that My House?
Yeah.
Like, that could be an awesome theme for next year for the advertising.
I thought the Hootie Gurus one a few years ago wasn't too bad either.
Got to start thinking outside the box, mate. I'm thinking big like the AFL. AFL's gone worldwide phenomenal. So this bloke is one of them. So we could do that for They could do that for the advert for next year. So, this is My House. Yeah. You have the fans stand there like that with their arms outside the stadium or whatever.
Yeah.
They start showing it.
Yeah.
Marketing boy. Bang, simple.
100%.
Start getting people into that. I just think the NRL...
Like the old Simply the Best days.
100%. You will never beat that. So you've got to think of something, the next best thing, which would be something like that.
Yeah.
I just think the NRL marketing team, the NRL entertainment team or whatever... Mate, they don't put too much thought into it.
Yeah.
But in saying that, the jury's out, and we'll talk. Then we'll figure that out after grand final day. But that is a question that we'll definitely have. So hopefully that's answered your question, Chairman. I hope you enjoyed the show for over the year, and hopefully we haven't disappointed too much.
No, you just haven't disappointed. It's been great listening and coming up in the studio a couple of times this year, so I've enjoyed it.
Hey, Course, just quickly, who do you think's your grand final, mate?
He just said it.
Who do I think's winning that?
I didn't hear that. Yeah, who's going to win it?
Who is playing on?
It's going to be Melbourne and Penrith.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to pick with those two because
100%.
they can go 50-50.
Grand finals.
Penrith is coming on strong. Melbourne's been strong all year.
Grand finals, anyone can win it. As long as you're in it, you can win it. I say one word in particular, 97. No one gave the Knights any chance, any hope. So it'll be a cracker of a game, put it that way. But anyway, mate, you're in the draw for caller of the week. So, yeah, enjoy the rest of the show, and we'll catch you next time.
No worries. All the best, guys.
Thanks, Sherman.
Thanks,
See you,
mate.
bud.
Bye.
All right, guys, caller number 3. Who we got there?
Simone.
G'day, Simone. How are you?
All right.
What's your question for us this week?
Why is it that the refs are so biased between one team and not the other?
I've heard a few people saying this through the week, but I haven't seen too many that really stand out that much to me. Refs biased to one
It's
team
just
from
the
another.
Panthers game, for instance. You know, if you think that the Panthers do something wrong and the ref pulls the whistle, but the other team, yeah, they can see exactly the same thing and get away with it.
Yeah, well, I could say the Cowboys. In the Knights game, there was a tackle there that should have got pulled up but didn't, and then the Knights did it, and one of them got sent off. So, yeah, a little bit of inconsistent from the referees with the rules, but with the Penrith game, I did see, there was that professional foul that he should have got sent to the sin bin 100%, but
Yeah.
there was a couple of things that probably Penrith got away with as well. So, well, the crazy lady's probably putting pins in me back as we speak. But yeah, as long as it's not blatantly obvious and real bad, I understand the human, they can get things wrong. But if it's the same ref.
Week in, week out.
Week in, week out, or every time you come up against this referee, well, you got to start looking at something at it then.
Well, Ashley Klein is the main offender, I feel.
Yeah, well, Ashley Klein's not real good with the Knights either. But I think the whole refereeing system needs a whole revamp and a look at. And when I say the refereeing system, it includes the bunker.
That's what I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the whole refereeing system, the bunker, all need to come under the one concept of the same rules, and if not, nothing's going to change.
Well, surely you can hear if the crowd going off their heads, something's happened.
Yeah,
That's half the time is the home crowd that's going off their head, and the refs sometimes listen to them as well. So I think that
I must admit, I did see too on the Roosters, the Penrith were attacking their line, and they're inside the 10 lot, they're attacking them. So the Roosters had to be back on their line. They were, they were a couple of feet in front of the line, and right in front of Klein, he just let it go. Yeah. So I get that, but if you're going to do it for one, you got to do it for the other team. So. If it was,
that's what I feel.
If it was let go for the Roosters, it should have been let go for. Yeah. If it goes all right and he wants to put his whistle in his pocket and just let the game flow, I'm happy with that.
Go for it. Yeah.
But as long as it's mutual on both sides.
Yeah, it has to be 50-50.
100% agree. I mean, I'm a Knights fan. I don't get a good rub of the green at all, so I feel your pain.
Thank you.
Anyway, hopefully that's answered your question and you're in the draw for caller of the week, and go the Panthers.
I'll go the Mighty Panthers.
Go the Panthers. And thanks for your call.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
See you, mate.
Bye.
All right, guys, time for caller number 4. Who we got there?
Hello, Big Dick.
Simon, how are you?
Hello, team.
You're cutting out there, mate.
I'm sorry, I was there.
Oh, Terrence is there.
Oh,
He's just off fluffing in the bathroom.
Oh, he's fluffy.
Fluffing in the bathroom.
Interesting.
Yes, he has his nightly routine.
He's got a routine of a night.
A routine. You sound like you're in the bathroom. It's a little echoey.
Well, I've gone to the hallway.
Oh, okay.
But to see you better.
Yeah, because it keeps dropping out a little. But how are
And
you,
I'm
mate?
used to being in the corridor anyway.
At least you're not in the closet.
Not anymore, no.
Well, this is true. Anyway, mate, what's your question for us, Champion?
Well, I had a question. What are we doing about all the drugs in the game?
About what, sorry?
All the drugs in the game.
Yeah, well, that's been a bit of a hot topic on a lot of people's noses this week. Yeah.
I'm not talking about the players, the referees.
Oh,
the referee.
Getting very animated there, aren't you?
Yeah, well, the refereeing is pretty piss poor, as you probably could imagine after the Cowboys game.
He was on crack.
What's that, sorry?
He was on crack.
I'll say he's not the only one. Yeah, but it was sending Leo off for that, seriously. And then you let Tal Malalo stay on. Look, come on. And then you let the 2 pack of dogs from behind him take him from behind. Like, shouldn't they be marched in the bin as well?
Well, I'm not going to talk about being taken from behind by a bunch of men.
I knew that was coming.
So did they.
And so does he wishes. Yeah, sorry, I put my foot in that one. But, yeah, no, it's pretty dismal, especially going into the finals. You know, they're a very important part of the season. You don't want teams to lose a final. Well, we did throw it away as well. We can't blame the refs on everything there. But, you know, imagine going to
threw it right, but they should have thrown it left.
Well, this is true. Gamble under the sticks. But imagine going into a grand final and losing to a poor referee's decision, then having Graham Annesley come out after the, you know, the other team's been presented the grand final trophy and go, oh, yeah, we got that wrong.
I'm sure it'll.
Yeah, definitely will. But, yeah.
how's Terrence going besides fluffing? It's good to see he's home this week.
He's okay. He's got a bit of a cold and a rash around his bottom.
The mango rush?
No, he has a straight rash around his bottom.
I think you get that from the mangrove reefs, don't you?
Could be ringworm for all I know.
Oh. So how is he? Is he there, is he?
No, he's gone off to bed now.
Oh, okay.
Are you reading him a bedtime story?
No, but rub Vicks into the chest.
What about what is he? He's been hanging around Theodore about a bit. So you reckon he might have got off Theodore?
I don't know what he got.
Hey, I've got a theory. Maybe he's caught up with that big ginger cat.
Ooh.
Oh, how is it?
Sorry?
How is Garfield?
Oh, I put the invitation out to him, but yeah, I think Garfield's playing with another cat at the moment. He hasn't come on, but we are doing our go-kart trip on the 5th, so maybe I'll put the word up to the big ginger cat to see if I can get him along, and yeah, he could come as one of the village people as well.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, so I'll put it out there and see if I can get the big ginger cat on. But yeah, anyway, mate, it was good to hear from you and a good question there. Hopefully Terrence gets better soon.
Yes, I'll go take him now.
Okay, make sure you tuck him in.
Thank you, Big Venus.
And it's Christopher's birthday on Friday.
Well, happy birthday, Christopher.
Thank you, Simon.
And actually, I don't know if you've it's our editor Adam's birthday tomorrow.
Who cares?
Well, that's a bit harsh. He's a good fellow. Anyway, thanks, champion, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
All right, guys, talking Schmidt. Who's going to get the caller of the week?
First guy, I reckon.
Yeah, right,
Matthew,
the
the first guy.
Matthew. Yeah, you
Yep.
had some pretty good questions.
Yeah.
So, all right, Matthew, you go in the draw for our Say a Zinc tattoo voucher. You might be able to get a nice one like myself for the $150 cash thanks to the Nighttime Podcast. So,
Congrats, Matt.
yeah. All right, guys, we'll take a short break and be back shortly. All right, guys, welcome back. It's time for a very short team list this week, but the first cab off the rank, should I say, is the Sharks and the Cowboys. no real big changes to this one. I would be making changes personally. I'd be taking Hines from 7, possibly to 14, and put Atkinson in at 7. Or do you put Will Kennedy back at 14 and Hines at 1?
I'd go the other option, go Nico Hines at 14. And,
The only problem is Nico Hines' money. The money's on it as a 14.
Yeah.
Or do you just do it till he gets his confidence back or something? But it's just not working.
either.
Yeah.
But saying that, Cowboys play pretty good team. I mean, they were good, but
Can be beaten.
yeah, I don't think the Cowboys are premiership winning material. I think they'll win this one, but I mean, they're going to come up against the red hot Penrith side. It's probably going to be hard to beat. And even so, if they did get through, they wouldn't beat Melbourne either.
It's a massive improvement for the Cowboys this year.
Oh,
They were down
100%.
the bottom last year, weren't they?
100%.
Because you were singing their praises.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did. I had them winning the grand final before any ball was kicked last year.
Yeah.
And they let me down. But, I mean, you got a pretty handy team there. I like to see Kyle Felt play well regardless. But, yeah, Cowboys for me on this one. Sharks, they will be in it till half time. Then, the wheels will fall off.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys will win this.
Cowboys as well.
Cowboys, back at the Cowboy?
Yeah. Just this week.
Riding the Cowboys?
No.
Yeah. I think they're just going to be way too strong, to be honest. The next one could go either way. The Roosters and the Sea Eagles. The issue I have here, Jared Royer-Hargraves has been out for how many weeks?
3.
3.
Right.
So he comes straight back in the starting lineup. Spencer Lindy goes back to the bench.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got one change there. I'll be putting Joseph Manu in the halves and putting Luke Keary at 7. And putting CCU Wong in the centres.
So where you put Sanders Smith back to 14?
Yeah.
Drop him.
Right.
So who do you have as your 14?
I'd use... Yeah, then again, yeah, you're right.
Just a change, just a late change. I think Joe Manu plays well at 5'8", and I think just a little bit more experience in the halves there in this big game. That's just my opinion.
I've been impressed with Ben Trebojevic.
Yeah.
He just does all your little things. But yeah, there is rumours of Saab coming back.
Yeah.
I don't think he should come back. Like, how do you drop Hopewade?
Yeah.
I find absolutely, I couldn't do. I think this one's going to be hard. Manly.
I think Manly too.
I'm going to go the bin chickens.
But in saying that, if it was to go Roosters, I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a big difference. Might be a try or two in it.
Yeah.
I hope Manly go through just to piss Trent Robinson off even more.
Whatever the case, there's 2 cracking games on this weekend.
Well, it's true. But yeah, I don't think I love finals footy,
Yeah.
Right.
but I don't because there's not much to watch.
No.
So we'll get into the NRLW girls.
Results.
Yeah, go the results first before I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. So.
West Tigers 16, St George 14 on last Thursday night.
Yeah, it was pretty
Leichhardt.
wet conditions too.
Yeah.
Heavy storm. And,
Yeah.
Just another. Are the Dragons out of contention? And
Yeah,
the
they've only
Tigers?
won 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much.
Broncos 20, Sharks 16, top of the table clash. So I think the Broncos go to 1 now and Sharks at 2. So Sharks are just starting to stumble now.
Sharks will win the comp next year.
Yeah.
Sharks will win the comp next year. And then RLW. The inclusion of Caitlin Johnson to that team will just take them that one step further. And I tell you what, I reckon they'll go on a run.
Yeah.
If they keep injury free, they'll go on a run for a couple of years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Roosters are stacking their side, but I still don't think they're going to be up there with them.
Yeah. Knights 46, Titans 10.
Titans were a front runner as well.
Yeah, disappointment this year, the Titans.
But showing some good class in some of the Knights girls, but
Yeah.
any team that's got Tamika Upton in it.
Starting to come good at the right time of season too.
And as we said, Yasmin Clydesdale really needs to, some praise for how she stepped up.
Yeah.
Tamika's just chugging along.
Okay, well, we're going to get into it after this, but with the Danny Badiris Awards. So the women, do they have theirs at the same night as the night, or do they have theirs separate after? So
It's going to be. It's going to
It'd be
happen.
nice if they had their own because
yeah.
you
Or
think
not.
that-
They would have to have an awards night.
Yeah.
So, okay, who's your Knights? Who would take out your biggest award for the Knights? So, I reckon it's 2-horse race for me.
I reckon it'd be either between Gallagher and
Oh yeah, maybe put her in there.
Roach's played all right.
Yeah, you'd have to put Upton in there. Upton, would be in.
Upton would be in there. And so would,
Clydesdale.
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 They've been the standouts, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll tackle that a bit later.
Roosters 24, Cowboys 12. I thought this would be a blowout, but Cowboys actually played all right. I thought.
Cowboys held their own, that's for sure.
Eels 18, Gaz would be happy. Raiders 16.
There goes the Eels can win a game.
In Canberra too, so
Hard to win at Canberra, that's for sure.
you see Canberra actually scored with like 30 seconds to go, and then the winger grabbed it, threw it away like to don't worry about the kick, we'll get back and set for the kick-off. And the girl that was kicking actually took the kick and then used the 32 seconds left on the timer up.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Anyway.
she's blowing up.
All right, so moving on to this week's games.
Yeah.
First one is the Roosters and the
Thursday night, you got the Sharks and West Tigers. Points bet.
I'm on the wrong one.
Jumping ahead.
You'd have to say Sharks to return to form in this one.
Yes.
Yep.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, I can't see the Tigers. I know the Tigers men pushed in the last round, but I can't see this one happening.
Yeah.
No.
That's a pretty good. That's your friend at the fullback there.
Yeah. No, that's not Emma.
Number 17 for the Sharks, Tegan Dimmick.
That's a Jim's daughter.
That's Jim's daughter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, righto.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, they'll be too strong for me. I'll take the Sharks on that one.
Yeah, I'd be going Sharks as well.
Yeah.
Too easy for me, Sharkies.
So
Dragons versus the Broncos at up at Townsville. I think there's a double header at Townsville and there's a double header in Sydney this weekend. For the
fair
Dragons. So, yeah, Dragons and Broncos. You'd think the Broncos would probably do that with these.
You would.
the Broncos played some good footy this year.
Watch out for Alexis, that Tuanui. She made 264 run meters last week in a losing side. She's off to the Doggies next year.
Oh wow.
Yep. So,
And another one too on your side there, the hooker, Sophie Clancy.
Sophie Clancy, yeah.
Singo Greyhounds girl.
Yeah.
So well done,
righto.
Soph. Yeah. Try and lock down at number 9 position. I think she's just re-signed too with the Dragons for another year. So
Good on her.
congratulations, Soph.
That's the go. Good on her.
I still can't get over the fact that they get rid of Jimmy Thoward.
No. I think there's more than meets the eye by that, though. Yeah. There has to be. So,
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, that's a really scratch of the brain, that one for me. But
Second game up at Queensland Country Bank Stadium at Townsville is Cowboys up against the Knights. So the girls, I think, you've got to win to keep the 4th spot and play finals. So
surely God they can do it.
playing against a couple of the old Knights girls too.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Dib.
Dib,
Manselman.
Yeah.
Manselman.
Yeah, it's a pretty good lineup there for the Knights again. Still, Upton, Gallagher, Parker, Roach.
Yep.
Wilson.
Yeah, Southwell, Higgins. Reema Butler's playing some good. Come in and really killing it. But the one that I really like of late too is that Simone
Kapani.
and she's really nice with the fans too.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what you need as well. Yeah. Clydesdale, Southwell, Evie Jones getting another run.
Good on you, Evie. Well done, mate.
And Caleb Romanek.
Yeah, Romanak's good too.
Curry girl.
Local girl.
So, Knights for me.
Yeah, Knights.
Yep, Knights.
Knights.
And I'll make Portia happy too.
Yeah.
Her favourite to make her up in there. So,
Yeah.
loves her. Absolutely loves her. And it's good to see, but,
Yeah.
that's not just all about the men. So,
Well, it's good for the young girls, you know,
to look up
and
to.
that of ours to actually follow women's
Yeah.
rugby league. When we were kids, we never
we never had that.
never had that. So
No, it's great. But yeah, the on Sunday.
Sunday doubleheader at Combank Stadium in Sydney. We've got Raiders up against the Titans.
Some good footy.
I'm gonna go the Raiders.
Titans were.
They've been disappointing, I think, this year, like from what they talked up to them to where they are.
Yeah,
But the type of team that could, come
They
down
could
now.
turn up and go bang.
But yeah, Ruben Wickie's daughter there in centre. I'll take the Raiders in a tight one.
I'm going to go Titans.
There's that number 11,
Titans.
Manalisa Soliola. Isn't related to Sia Soliola?
I'd say probably so.
Yes.
With a name like that, yeah.
So another one pedigree there.
Is there? Who's the girl that's I'm not sure. Can't even think of her name now. She's really solid girl.
For
In the front row for the Raiders or the back row. I'll think of a name and I'll tell you later.
Tafua.
It could be. Got the
Yeah. Pretty,
Goes hard.
yeah.
Raiders for me.
Titans.
And then
Raiders.
then we have the Eels.
Eels and the Roosters. So Eels are playing for their spot in the top four, and the Roosters are actually running first at the moment. So
Fair enough.
should be a good game, maybe. Isabella Kelly keeps running over 300 metres a game, but so might go the Roosters' way, I think.
Yeah, I can't see an upset causing here. The only one that's really, I feel, putting a massive effort in each week for the Eels is Elsie Albert.
Yeah.
She can't carry the whole team on her back, so I think the Eels,
She can try.
the Roosters will be too strong for me.
Roosters.
I think too. Yeah, Roosters.
Well, that's our team list of the week. So you got some info for us too, eh?
Yes, I do. First, I'll just get this sorted here.
But yeah, if you can get out to if you can't get out to a men's final, get out to an NRLW game. There's still some great football to be had. Actually, Corey, you got some winners for us.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
So
Corey
first week of the finals this week. Kelly King, she had a lovely photo with James Fisher Harris.
Oh, gets my vote.
Yep. And the second one, Sarah Johnston, she had a photo at Penrith Park too. She was on a unicorn.
Oh, two Penrith
unicorn.
runs.
Yeah. So
But you don't just. I've thrown it out there, but for the rest of the season, because I know a lot of people can't get to the games, just show us in your gear supporting your team.
In your lounge room.
Yeah, in your lounge room, in your
pool.
bedroom, down the boat room, wherever you want.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be NRL. You can be local league, whatever. Get out there. Let's have some fun and let's enjoy it. So, but they're our winners this week.
yeah.
So that gets drawn. We'll be on our grand final day, I'd say.
All right. So
Weeks left.
yeah, get out
Either
there.
our grand final day or our show afterwards. Yeah, because if you go into the grand final, you could.
I reckon we'll do this. I reckon the grand final show. Well, not the week after. Whatever we do.
We'll talk, but it'll be. It's only a matter of weeks left, so there'll be two fridges winners. But I tell you what, I've got I've got a couple of favourites there, but. If there's one with fish there, it might get put up the ladder a bit too. But anyway, Adam.
Yeah, mate. Last Saturday morning, Dungog to 12 boys and girls travelled down to Toronto to play the grand final against Windale and come away successful, 24-18. Me, Doug, Oakley Butler, James Hill, Ollie Berry, Riley Edwards, Ethan Shivers, Kobe Curry, Chris DeBrini, Liliana Blake, Georgia Martin, Delilah Papamow, Eli Fenton, Betty Walters, Jed Seville, Daly Turner, Brax Burgess, Jacob Fisher, Hunter Evans, Parker Drinkwater, Coach Zach Curry, League Safe Dean Turner, the bearded sports trainer Stevie Walters, manager Mel Walton, and Alicia Cross had very good. It was actually a really good game of footy. try scorers were Eli Fenton, Georgia Martin, and Manny Dodge. I'm going to get shot again for pronouncing his last name. He scored 3. Goal kickers Daly Turner and Jed Seville. Man of the match was Eli Fenton. The game was played in good spirits, and the boys and the girls actually, it was a really good game and really good crowd too for them all too. So well done, Dungog, because I know there's a lot of locals and a lot of supporters down there that come down to the game. Another little shout out too. I think there's 6 or 8 girls out of both teams all up that played in the grand final, and they played out of their skin. And the Dungog girls too. Just a shout out to you, is Georgia, Delilah, Liliana, and Oakley. I actually got an interview we'll put up with the team or the team photo after the show with this. They actually all played rep through the week. So Monday, Tuesday they played down Sydney in league and union trials, and then there was cricket trials, and then some have been picked for the state sort of the squad. So
I must have a shout out to them too. Got a phone call the other day from Terry Drinkwater.
Yeah.
And he said, "I've just got some people here want to say hello." And it was the team going out saying thanks for having them on the show. So it's good on them. So congratulations, Good on you, kids.
So well done, boys and girls too. And awesome effort. And grand finals don't come around all the time. So congratulations. And I know, especially for the girls, it's unfortunate they under 12s and they've got to go into their own next year. So when I done the little interview with them there, you'll hear that they all want to stick around rugby league, and some of the answers why do you play rugby league? And good on them. They just want to smash people. It just took me back a few, but well done. It was awesome effort.
That's good stuff. And
congratulations, Dungog. And
we might do something next year with a bit more of the junior teams, I think. But saying that too, Smita Foundation, it's just about to hit. Yeah, it's just about. Only a few entries will close this weekend.
Yeah.
And then we'll decide who we're going to give it to. But it's
I get onto the bearded men on the weekend actually and said, make sure you email for the club for that. And I was actually talking to them and the coach after the game. So they're a really good bunch of people up there. So I
know Terry great guy. Good supporter of the show too. So good on you, Terry.
Yeah.
But the foundation's just about to kick off with our little thing too. And what we'll do is I'm going to throw an extra one in there too. And think we'll give one team that will take the show to their training one night.
Yeah.
And we'll do a bit of video of their training.
Yeah.
Even if the season's over, we can arrange for them to do a training session anyway, and we'll take some interviews and that and put them all up on the show. So it's just about to kick off, and been in contact with Steeden today. Sports Power was about some Steedens and stuff as well, but it doesn't have to just be football.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
netball, soccer, tennis,
all the applications so far have been football.
Yeah.
But no, so good on them. And congratulations, kids. So
well done.
Yeah.
Good on your Dungogs.
Special mention to the local league this weekend. Actually for Maitland making another grand final.
Yeah, the Pickers. I think they're going to go on 3 or 4 Pete now if they win it. So
winner played
Macca Jones in a couple of weeks' time.
So Central play the entrance this weekend in the
for a spot. Yeah,
for a spot. So
Reggie's the reserve grade of the Pickers are through. The girls are now got to play down at Central Charlestown this weekend for a spot. And I think the 19s they got bundled out a couple of weeks ago. But good on the Pickers too. So
fair enough.
And I've seen Blakey Austin's run around in the entrance side. So
I said before that he could still crack it then. I'm back at the night.
Where's Andrew Fafita? Was he there?
He's down there as well. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we'll take a short break, come back and wrap it all up.
We've got Benny and Kobe here from Dungog under 12s. Hey boys, just had your grand final. How'd you go today?
Great.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yep.
Yeah. Did you just get a win up today?
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah. Played Windar.
Yeah. Tough game. But
Tough game.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing footy for?
Like, if I one more year, then maybe 7 years, maybe. 7. Yeah, 7.
Yeah. What's the best part you like about playing footy?
Hanging out with your mates.
Hanging out with your mates?
Playing with your mates.
Winning the grand final?
Yep.
Yeah. Old man running the water?
Yep.
Yeah. He's going to play again next year?
Yep.
Yeah, no worries. All the best, boy. All the best, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
I'm here with the Dungog Warriors under 12 girls. What's your name and what position do you play?
My name's Oakley and I play winger.
Winger?
I'm Liana and I play dummy half. From Georgia, I play front row. I'm Delilah and I play front row.
No worries. Girls, today you obviously play with the boys too, and you've had a win today against Windale, 24-18. That was a pretty good game. What do you like best about playing footy?
Just playing with all these amazing people and having so much fun.
Yeah. What about you?
It's fun to find people who enjoy the same sport and fun to hurt people.
Fair enough. Georgia?
I like tackling and really getting my head in the game to focus on, forget everything and just focus on the game and have fun. Probably just having fun with my mates and tackling, yeah.
And obviously after under 12, you guys have got to go to either a different comp next year, or you're going to stick with footy, or are you going to go and do something else?
I think I'm going to stick with footy.
Yeah.
Play at Raymond Terrace Roosters.
Yeah.
I'll stick with footy, but not sure what club I will go to yet. I have no clue. I just want to keep playing sports and bashing people. Probably stick with footy and don't know what club I'm going to go to.
Yeah, no worries. What's besides footy? I've heard you've all had a pretty big week this week playing rep union and cricket and footy again. Just pretty much on the go all the time, are you? Yeah. No worries. Congratulations today, girls, and well done on your win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, time to wrap it all up tonight, but that's our show for the night. But before we go, don't forget the Ants have the
Raffle.
going with the signed Knights jersey there. So on our page, you can.
Yeah, and that'll be on. That's on our Ants page, Aberglass and Ants page as well.
Also,
and the Nines tournament coming up on the 12th of October at Maitland Sports Ground. Still got a couple of spots for a few men's sides to come in. So if you want to collate a side together, and should be a good day for Brady Pearson.
And Brady Jones will be there.
Brady Jones from the Knights will be there. Thank you very much, Brady, Steve, for donating your time.
And a pair of boots too.
And a pair of boots signed for the raffle as well. So it's all the more to get out there, and it'll be a good charity day and to support the day. But yeah, big ups to Brady. I know he does a lot more than what's put out in the papers. So, and especially with you, Dino, you know him personally. But yeah, it's just a
champion
really nice bloke.
Champion bloke, and I'll tell you what, you won't get a better guy than Brady. But he's a
down to earth guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And also, don't forget, we've got our go-kart trip. Yeah. So
and dress up.
Oh, we'll get into that later. But anyway, that's us tonight.
No worries.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll be here next week.
Yeah, should be good. Don't forget.
Don't forget.
It's all about the league.
Good night.
Good night.
Did you get her to shove the chopsticks in the eye of your penis? What's wrong with you?
Just go and sunbake naked.
I had 2 roots in one day, and now I'm cooked. Thanks, Corey.
Chris, why do you get all flustered when Simon's on?
Happy birthday to Adam. Happy birthday to Adam. Happy birthday to you.